What's up, everybody? This is your host, AC Slater, and you listen to another episode of That Damn Podcast, that DC Anime and Marvel podcast. And I'm back again with my host, and we also have a special guest. But I'm back again with my host. Say what's up to the people.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Nick Mel. As always, if you enjoy tactical shooters, RTS, or even nonsensical indie games, feel free to join my channel, Nick Mal over on YouTube, Nick Mal streaming over on Twitch, Nick Malgram on Instagram, soon to be technical difficulties, TECHNICKAL, and I'll see you on over there.
And we also have a special guest. Say what's up to the people.
What's up, everybody? This is Ali, Alibaba, but I'm here to have some good times with DC, anime, and Marvel.
Creators of Chatter, this is Mike, as you well know as Draw Fitness Lifestyle. If you're into topics about fiber, good benefits about the wild guilty pleasures of dark chocolate, and reasons why you not losing that stubborn belly fat, check about the about page of my channel, Draw Fitness Lifestyle. If you're into knowing about meal plans, calorie surplus, calorie deficit, or into strength building, again, that's Draw Fitness Lifestyle, talking about words of affirmation through anime and DC, or even Marvel for that case. And without further ado, let's get into it.
All right. Before we get into everything, how you guys doing tonight?
Chillin'.
Same stuff as always.
Great.
All right. So I'm gonna get into it first tonight. We're gonna get into a number of topics tonight. And this is actually pretty interesting. Yeah, I already know from my topics I like to mix them. Don't really divide mine. I kind of just dive into it. But let's actually get into it first. All right. Now, they say funny, but it's just shows. It's just to me. This just explains what I just say. What is just what everybody can just see. What is just. It's just plain to see. All right. What I'm talking about is Jeremy Renner has revealed that he turned down Hawkeye season 2 after being offered half of his salary for season 1. And I quote, I'm sorry, why? Did you think I'm only half the Jeremy because I got ran over?
I'm
So,
sorry, I coughed on something.
huh?
That's hard to not laugh at. uh, isn't he missing a leg right now?
um, I'm not sure about that part, but I mean,
I thought his leg was chopped off, if I'm not mistaken. I could be misinformed.
I think maybe he probably like. Let me see. I'm trying to look something up on that. Let me see.
I believe with that accident, he missed, like, one of his legs was chopped off or amputated.
Let me see. Jeremy.
This.
Nah, he almost died, but I don't think like
Oh yeah, I remember him almost dying, but I thought he had an amputee leg too. I think that's why the joke came up. That's why he's half through Jeremy Renner. I could be wrong. But I thought that was the reason why that joke was there.
Mm. Mm. Okay, here we go. Crushed under a snowplow prevented his machine from sliding toward his nephew.
Oh yeah. He got almost buried in snow. Yeah, I mean, he was hospitalized, but I didn't hear anything about him having an amputation. I mean, that was wild. I did hear about that. He had a huge accident.
Well, so regarding this, I wasn't really speaking of the accident. I was just speaking of the fact that Hawkeye isn't really necessarily popular. Let's be honest.
It was a decent, like, I enjoyed it.
I would say this. I rather enjoy getting another series with Hawkeye versus I would get having another series with I don't know with guys talk about your character, but I mean they say with She-Hulk. I'd rather get that anytime.
Yeah, 100%. She-Hulk was. I feel like if they didn't try to modernize She-Hulk, it would have been great. But it was flop. In all
Well,
honesty.
they had it accurate. That's what her comic was. But the challenge was how was she relative? And what they did with that was basically saying, "Oh well, not at all, but she's here." And it's like, well,
The way they
watch.
try to make her relevant was like, I mean, like, here's what I'm talking about is like, would She-Hulk be twerking in the comics? That's
Not
the
only
problem I have.
that, like from my understanding, from what I've been hearing from other people, She-Hulk's attitude in the show versus the comics. I was gonna say the manga. I'm so used to that. Um, she's a different person. Like the way she was, at least from my understanding in the comics, was that she was a little bit more humble and a little bit more, friendlier. And the way she kind of comes off in the show on a number of occasions is kind of bitchy. Like not really the way she's supposed to be. That's at least from what my understanding of it.
And then
Gotcha.
the only like challenge is with that too is that Marvel was going to this new phase of, well, you get a show, you get a show, you get a show, you get a show, and it's like, well, are we seeing these characters in Doomsday? And it's like, well, I don't know, but we'll keep the hopes up. And it's like, well, damn, you made these characters. Why not make them show up in Doomsday? You
I
know?
don't really would think it was just that with how the disparity between the comic and like how she is, like a lot of that stuff. You gotta understand. Some of these comments came from high ranking, low ranking, middle ranking, and just the buzz and the hive of incels. You get what I'm saying? Like some of that shit came from that, and they kind of picked some of that shit apart. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, yes, the twerking part was definitely fan service. We can call it what it is, fan service. Now the fact is, it backfired because people didn't like Megan Thee Stallion. The fact is, not necessarily that they didn't even like She-Hulk as well too, twerking and everything. You get what I'm saying? Because they definitely don't want their image to do. I mean, their person of image to do something that they don't think they would do. But the fact is, though, this is why certain people like okay, and this is completely different, but this is why in wrestling, Rhea Ripley, for example, she's a gothic sort of person. She had a scene where because the girls who were also with her were black and they were twerking, she went up to them and literally while they were twerking, she started twerking with them. Before that incident, though, somebody twerking with Rhea or with a figure or with a made up scenario, somebody would say that would ever happen. She would never do that. But the fact is, we don't technically know what the actual character would do in given a scenario next to a star who's known for twerking.
I get
But
what you're saying. It's just like, oh, never mind. I'm not going to give that example.
I was about to say, dude, well, do you think she that was rehearsed or that was just something that she just came up with her mind and just say, oh well, I guess I just join in and do it too?
hell no, I won't rehearse, bro. Shit, it was one of them incidents. She was just like, "Fuck it," and then she just started doing that. Trust me, I got the video. You feel me?
Yeah.
I was just like, I was just like, shit, you feel me? You know what I'm
4K.
saying? Like, look. I was surprised too. And it was one of the incidents where I was just like, dang, I didn't expect her to do it. Just thought her to like, maybe just sort of like watch them cheer to everybody else and everything. But she did it too. And I was just like, damn. So the fact is, like, yeah, man, like a lot of people are harsh on Jen in the She-Hulk, thing and everything and stuff like that. When it even came to that, when it talked to like when we talk about certain characters, but even when we talk about Hawkeye, people want to see Kate Bishop more now than they want to see Hawkeye.
This is the one he's training, right?
Yeah, that's Haley Steinfeld.
I mean, it's because she showed potential to be a better. I'm not saying that. She showed the potential to be a good sidekick.
The fact is, no, not even a good sidekick. She
I
shows
think
she
it's
has
more
charisma to
potential.
be a lead. The
Yeah,
fact
potential.
is, Hawkeye ain't never getting no movie by himself. You know why? Because nobody really want to see him. And I'm sorry
Actually,
we put it just that harshly and everything, because a lot of
I
us.
would disagree with that.
Okay. Here's the reason why you're gonna disagree. It's not that you don't want to see Hawkeye. You don't want to see. I mean, well, I don't want to see is the character that has been playing Hawkeye be a Hawkeye movie. Because again, we've had already gotten the show, and the reason why they're doing half of it is because it wasn't even all that.
Well,
Now,
I
I
like
think
the
it's more
show, and
justice.
also like if you do the was it? I can't remember his dark persona, but if you do that dark persona where
Ronan,
he actually becomes like an assassin, bruh,
that's
that would
not.
be insane to
But
see.
see, that's two different shows. That's two different characters at that point. That's
Yeah.
Ronin. A
And I
It's
think
Ronin
not.
show
It
is
it
is.
completely
did
different.
more justice when it was just a show versus just a movie, because the movie, like Ace Slater was saying, it wasn't gonna do him enough justice. But putting him on a show that did like that put more of a spotlight on him. It did,
But that doesn't
especially
make sense because the show is basically small movies. They're like basically hour long, and if he can carry a 8 to 10 episode show, which are an hour long, then that's basically like 4 or 5 movies right there.
But what do you mean carry though?
He did well,
What do you mean? In like sales wise, or you mean acting performance?
performance wise, because it's on Disney, so it's not really like sales wise. It's just performance wise.
I
yeah. But
mean,
how they try to
technically,
market
that
between
was
like movies and the TV shows, it'd be different because
I know that
they
it's
weren't that
definitely different.
with
It,
with the character with Moon Knight. Instead of the movie, they did the show instead, and that was kind of
that's because Moon Knight's really not known, just like Craven. Craven, they came out with a movie, even though Craven didn't really do too well in the theaters, but it was still a good movie.
it was solid. I gave it like a good 6 out of 10, 6.5.
Yeah, but at the same time, if he was a more well-known character, it would have blew up. But because nobody actually knew them, they only know like the main. I would say the what do you call it? The casual fan of Marvel don't know these characters,
Well,
so they're
that's
not
it
excited to
says.
actually go to the movie to see it. They'd
They
rather just watch
said
it at home.
Hawkeye accounted for 4.9% of total original series viewership on Disney Plus between 2001 and 2022.
That's not bad.
mm,
That's
I'm
really
not
good.
sure. I'm not sure if that's really good or not. No,
yeah.
49%? When you
no,
have all
no, 4.9.
oh 4.9%. My bad. I thought you said 49%.
Yeah, and it was the same thing. Like,
In contrast, it sound real bad.
yeah. To piggyback what you were saying, with knowing the character, I think is just about knowing about the character. There's only so much a character that you could have like a lot of content for without involving the other characters. Same thing if they were like to do like a Mr. Freeze movie. How long do you think of a content would go without involving Batman? Or
You can
yeah, without
actually
even
do
touching,
you can actually do a decent movie of Doctor Freeze and put
without
Batman
involving
at the
Batman.
end. Yeah, yes, 100%.
Not without involving
Okay,
Batman.
100%.
okay. I got the actual
It's
stats
basically like
out.
the Doctor Strange movie, and then basically at the end, the only reason why he turns evil is because of his wife to get her back to life. That's the only reason. Like he's tried everything possible to try to get her healed, and nothing works. So now he has to deep freeze her, and now he's basically running out of technology, or he's running out of money to fund his technology or to fund his research. So basically, that's why he turns to evil. That's a whole movie you can go over. That's a whole plot you can do, in
That
my
definitely
opinion.
is true. But I got stats. So check this out. Hawkeye did actually just as good as She-Hulk.
Okay. What about Loki though?
I can imagine that.
Oh, Loki did like way better.
Yeah, low
I could,
key.
okay. Now, if we compare it to Loki, that's what I want to do the comparison to,
Yeah,
because
They got
like
a whole
Loki's.
tournament. Low key. I'm not gonna lie,
Like I
in
especially with
think one.
comparison, the next best shows to Loki because Loki was number one in
yeah.
view total wise and stuff in the premieres of when the shows came out. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is next, uh, followed by Moon Knight.
Okay. So how close was it to Falcon and Winter Soldier then in Moon Knight?
About a good 700,000.
You mean like percent wise?
Nah, viewers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I know that, but that Loki, what they did with that character, That was just a
Yeah,
full, complete turnaround what they did, which I didn't expect for that series to
yeah,
end in how it
hundred
did. That
percent. The fact I think the reason why Loki got so big is because of the ending at the same time too.
oh yeah,
Now, don't get me wrong, the Loki the series was phenomenal. It was, and I was a huge fan of it. But the ending of season one put the icing on the cake. When you introduce Kang the Conqueror, letting everybody know Kang the Conqueror is now coming into the Marvel as the next big bad, bruh, that's like internet breaking right there. Now everybody who wasn't going to watch Loki started watching Loki.
mm,
Well, yeah, because you have to. It's not necessarily for the casual, but it's definitely for the casual sci-fi fan.
Oh yeah, and like when you put too much hype about the King the Conqueror at the end of Loki, now now even the casual might watch.
hmm But with that now going, to shit now, we already know what
Jonathan
that.
Majors,
Yep.
he might still be able to play in that because I don't think what he controversial opinion, what he did wasn't that bad,
They already passed him now.
which makes no sense because he already put him inside the. Now they might swing back around because the reason why they cancel him so fast is the same thing they did with Johnny Depp with Pirates of the Caribbean.
Exactly.
They didn't even let the whole case come out before that got actually fleshed out. Where Johnny Depp is like, I didn't do what you said I did. Now I'm not saying I'm perfect, but to the degree of what she's saying that I did, that didn't happen.
And that's true, but hey, that's like, trust me, I ain't saying it's like good or anything, but like they don't want any bad press on any star. If you get into a scandal, you cut. That's been Disney like policy.
That,
and I was
that's
surprised they
the
didn't
crazy
cut.
thing because of how much controversy Disney has. It doesn't make sense for them to cut somebody that fast.
They were the last person to really hold on to him until that last part leaked out about him, and then they said, "Nope, you're done." Everything that was attached to his name, like early on in his career, like no, they cut him short.
I
Do
mean,
Ezra play
not
my
really because he had decent movies. He was in with Michael B. and Creed, so he had blockbuster movies, and he also had a few shows that he played in too, where he played amazing. I can't
Yeah,
remember the name of the show, but it
yeah,
basically
he had
goes
other.
back in time.
I can't name him in this particular moment, but he had other projects going on right now, but it was canceled, due to that whole scandal in Disney. That was just the last straw with him.
I
well,
think they're going to circle back, in all honesty, because it's going to be hard to recast Kane the Conqueror with all of the main characters that you have.
they're
Because
gonna move away from him because the fact is now they're going to a different villain, which I'm actually
I
gonna
get
give
I
people
get
that.
that they're doing that, but what I'm saying is if they're going to try to put Kane the Conqueror back in with the same cast that they have now, it's going to be hard to just act like he didn't exist.
Mm.
I think what we
You know
ever
what I'm saying?
get, I think that'll probably be that'll be the seal fate or whatever his character is, because I think he was still gonna be in it, but I think it was gonna be mostly reshoots of what they did with his character.
It's going to be hard because, like I said, Ant-Man, they used him in Ant-Man as King the Conqueror as well.
Mm.
So it's not like they didn't do a movie with him in it. They also did a movie with him in it. They did a cameo in the show with him in it. So like he's solidified in the Marvel universe with these current actors. That's what I'm saying.
But there does, well, I think there intends to be a Marvel reboot. If they really do reboot it, then maybe they'll eventually bring it back under the reboot. But like that would be in years. So he got at least like 10 plus years to wait.
Might be. You're right.
Mm,
But I know Logan's not gonna last that long, or Hugh Jackman.
exactly. You know. On the next news though, Avengers Doomsday releases exactly in 1 year. How you guys feel about that?
I'm ready for a trailer.
I am too. I want to see some action.
High hopes.
It depends on the cast. It definitely depends on the cast.
Man, we're gonna have everybody, and I'm for sure not everybody can fit in that trailer. If they do, that's gonna be a long trailer.
No, for sure.
Yeah, I will watch a 10-minute trailer just for it.
Now, speaking of that, speaking of Marvel, Marvel Rivals launches a $3 million tournament. All right, and I am going to share my screen so you guys can see my screen. Okay, give me a second and let me know when you guys see my screen. Okay.
You are live and rolling.
All right. Everybody here?
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
here.
All right.
The greatest esports competition across time starts this May. Witness intense battles where heroes and villains collide. 5 regions: Americas, EMEA, China, Asia, and Oceania. A total prize pool of over
How you
$3
feel about the
million,
Fantastic Four and Marvel
including
Rivals?
$1 million in the grand finals. One legendary
Haven't
team
played with him.
will earn the title champion. Welcome to Marvel
Nah.
Rivals Ignite.
Gotcha. Well, if your team can get all 4, you get like a shield boost. So it's like an extra boost for your for the synergy.
To be honest, I haven't really been like not playing Marvel Rivals for a while. I was just kind of like playing other games and shit. I stayed off of it for a while.
Fair enough. I don't play it that much either, but when you get a group of guys that want to play, it is what it is.
Me and Nick were playing for a while.
I get on every
Okay.
now and then, but it's just more of a casual thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not hitting rank yet. I'm still grinding Apex for ranked.
Now, more news. Let's talk about it. Nigga, I know you're gonna get into it. It happened to be right
Oh
there, so we
boy.
can kind of tag team this one right here. Microsoft raises Xbox prices by $80 to $100.
Oh, you know
Gamers are
I'm gonna get
confirmed
heated
to
on
hit
this one.
$8 today. All right.
Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous.
Look at these new prices.
Mm-hmm.
I get inflation, but at the same time, like
Nah,
you're a
this
multi-billion-dollar company,
nah,
you
this
should
ain't even
eat that cost.
this ain't
You should eat
even
that cost.
inflation. This is not
You
even
should eat that.
inflation.
They should eat that cost.
No, I'm back there. No, I'm agreeing with you. What I'm saying is this ain't even inflation. Like, so okay. Here's the thing. I've said this before. I'll say it again. Tech companies piggyback off of each other. When one asshole gets away with it, everybody else follows. So remember.
I mean, yeah, if one person can make more money, I want to make money too.
Oh, of course. But like, here's the thing. So like, check this out. When Apple got rid of headphone jacks, what everybody else do? They got rid of headphone jacks and they use some bullshit excuse about it, right? So Rockstar, and I said this months ago, and God is my witness. When fucking
I still have a
Rockstar
headphone
said,
jack on my phone though.
when Rockstar said, yo, GTA might be $100, what the fuck happened? Nintendo came out and said, bet our games, our first party games, are gonna be between $80 and $90. And then people started flipping out. Now what's Xbox doing? Oh yeah, we're raising our prices. Sony said, fuck that, hold my beer. I'm raising the prices of my consoles. So, like everybody, like literally these companies are saying, fuck it, if this guy can charge $20, I'll charge 30. And this, I called this. When we let one company get away with it, they all try it. That's why when Rockstar said GTA will be 100, gamers should have put their fucking foot down and said that shit better be $50. And if there's even any bugs in that game, shit better be half price. Under no circumstances should we be paying as much as we do for games that are half baked.
I agree, especially since there's gonna be DLC up the wazoo for that game anyway. Why are you paying $100?
Oh
for it?
no,
It's
not even
finished.
DLC. No, not even DLC. Shark cards. They're gonna be charging you an arm and a leg. You're not even gonna have a wallet in that game. So, for what they're gonna charge in the game, they better offer fair pricing, and that game better be damn near perfect. There better not be a single glitch for what they're gonna charge.
Me personally, it's always come
You
down
know they're gonna
to
be
you got
glitches.
to
They're
fight
gonna
with your
fall across
wallet.
the map.
You have to fight with your wallet because they're not going to understand anything until, hey, this game just dropped and I only have 100 copies sold. What's going on?
Exactly. We have to hit them in the wallet. Like the old saying goes, vote with your dollars. The problem is, I keep saying this. The reason why the gaming industry has gone shitty is because we accept it. It's because, and it's something I keep hearing, and it drives me up a fucking wall, especially when it came down to GTA. I keep telling people, yo, GTA 6, don't buy it at $100. Oh, but it's GTA 6. Who gives a fuck? All right, let me ask.
Seriously, you've been playing 5 for like 7 years. Like,
Yo,
keep playing 5.
not even that. Yo, not even that. Listen, fucking Diddy was an artist. Just because he's an artist, that means you're gonna bend over for him?
How much you paying?
That you got low qualities. No, but I'm joking aside though. But that's the point that I'm making. Just because it's a game, just because the game people have been waiting for, I'm sorry. No, these companies need to respect their customers. Them raising, because again, what's gonna happen? Like I said, remember when GTA 5 came out? The game wasn't even finished when it released. They released it without the online function. That came out later, but they still charged you full price. So when
Yep.
GTA 6 comes out, they're gonna charge us $100, and what? Half the game is only gonna be there? Nah. Again, you give us half the game up front, we give you half the money.
I agree. Or else DC is free. It has to be
Exactly.
free.
Exactly. No microtransactions. If you're gonna charge us an arm and a leg, you better be offering something in return.
I agree. 100%.
Well, let's talk about something real quick. So apparently, it got out that the producer at Sushi Kaneko said solo leveling anime takes one episode takes 10 to 12 months to animate.
Huh? That makes sense.
Look. The first thing I did, I was like, wait, what?
So that
How?
means they're working on. They have to be working on multiple episodes at the same time.
Then that's
Or a
what
copy
most
and
people
paste.
were thinking about. But
I
if that was the
mean,
case, then how
because
many
looking
episodes?
at the fight scenes and stuff, I mean that
The
look like
fight
that's
scenes are
about
crispy.
or like 5 months itself. Like, because those fight scenes were no joke.
Yeah, they're crispy. 100%. But what I'm
But if
saying
that's
is
my
like,
case, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna make a crazy point there. If that's the case, if it takes that long, I think they need to introduce AI.
I don't want
huh?
machines taking over our jobs or creativity. So I mean, if I had to wait this long for even like my show to come out, like on anime, which is like Black Clover or even fucking Boruto, for example, then fuck it.
Black
Let,
Clover's been. Haven't we waiting for Black Clover for almost like 5 years now?
yeah, that's because and other like studio studio and animation employers are working somewhere else, like say like like Boruto, for example, or JJK or Blue Box. That's yeah.
Gotcha.
It's a small world, but they do good
Oh yeah,
work.
100%. And they are definitely overworked in that community. Like
But
you
see,
hardly get a break.
that's why they need to introduce functions where AI assists what they do. To introduce or to increase the functionality of what they do. It don't have to replace them. It just needs to increase their efficiency.
I mean, also if they have, because I mean there's a lot of artists, but there's not a lot of like animators. So I mean they could and potentially um hold like what do you call it, like workshops to possibly get more people into the work field because that would help out.
It
Because the
definitely
reason why
will.
we have a lot of like they call it like what is the word for it? It was like a PowerPoint. They call them like PowerPoint animes, where you have like a screenshot and they got like barely one person moving, or they have like the action moving, but it's not like somebody's actually doing anything. There's a lot of animes out there now where it's basically like a PowerPoint where you got that screenshot and there's barely anything doing, but they're like decent animes to actually get like your time but it's not like it's not solo level. It's not One Piece level.
Mm. I mean, it definitely takes time for it as well too, you know. And like I said, we definitely want them to do good on it, and we're not asking for it right away. But boy, y'all need to increase the efficiency of it and stuff by a certain time. You know what I mean? Because it's like artists, people, things, nature, everything passes while we're waiting for more episodes. Things change, contracts change, interests change. Sometimes shows don't get to come back because it's been so many years. Imagine if a one show was taking so long that it's gonna take them like imagine this is one studio it takes them like one year to make one episode. What if a person no longer has a studio anymore and they've had an episode and they've run out of funding, but they want to make an episode without a studio? Now it's taking them 10 times as long, making them one episode in 10 years or so. The fact is, it's like yeah, it's it needs to be a way that AI can assist to help them without the ability to where they need funding. You get what I'm saying? Because the funding part is a real issue. The funding part is technically the issue what they technically face because funding really ensures if they're able to even do any show. Period. You know what I'm saying? This is
Sometimes
technically
even with the popular
There's
anime.
funding and there's also availability too for like the
Yeah,
artists.
availability and contracts
That's like
because
a hard part too right
yeah,
now.
AI
but
can't put the
like a
contract.
lot of the shows that we would love and you know grown to really love never even finished getting animated. They stopped
You
at a
remember
certain.
World Trigger?
Uh-huh.
World Trigger just abruptly stopped.
I
Yep.
thought the same thing with Bleach and Boruto's getting that way, but I mean, kind of they're kind of getting to the production now with the latest news. They are in production, but we'll see how long that takes. My prediction is like early 2027 at best, but even
But you're
still,
talking about more mainstream ones that's like nah. We're talking about ones that's like yeah, I know about Kenichi.
Yeah.
I heard about.
50 episodes. That's all it went to. But guess what? The manga is way longer. Has stuff that's not even animated.
Dead Man Wonderland, same thing.
Same thing. So all of these shows literally get stopped because they run out of funding and like they think the interest kind of dies. And the fact is, there's a lot of interest for the shows, but they're not tapping into the money aspect of the interest. You know. And now it's done. It's done. So you know. So my point is like in this time period, the AI can actually help people or help them get back out there because people do want to see these shows come back. We never even wanted to see them go away sometimes. It's just sometimes people have seasons where shows are not that getting that receptive or whatever. You know, it's like a down season or whatever. But that don't mean we want to not see it forever after that. But they're cutthroat over there. You have a down season over there. You're likely not to fucking come back again.
Yeah, and I don't know if you noticed that with Rising of the Shield Hero. Rising of the Shield Hero was solid for season 1, season 2. Both of them had high action. Season 3 started doing like the philosophical and also like a little bit of hey, this is what's going on, building the lore of like the actual universe or like galaxies that are part of the whole show. And basically everybody's like, I don't like it.
Because it was um
Well, that
Rising
was
of the Shield Hero was kind of built off the hate or the negativity.
Yeah,
yeah,
Like
that shock factor. That shock
yeah,
factor was what. Yeah,
and the
you
people
know.
can't really like understand or really appreciate like the lore and understanding about the animation. That's kind of like how it got to the situation with Solo Leveling with the first 3,000 dislikes because the main character finally brought his mother, finally well, but apparently fans don't like that. They like all action and
are
just
you
fights. And,
serious?
The
yeah,
fact is, we don't want to see. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I like that part with his mom, but like I'm not the other people. But for Naofumi part, we don't want to see a nice Naofumi. We never wanted to see a nicest Naofumi. We want to see an angry Naofumi because he got this. We got to see what it look like when a motherfucker lose control.
Yeah, but at the same time, it was his main goal when he first started out. That was the reason why he became a hunter in the
No,
first place.
obviously, like I'm speaking as the fans that like that this is the reason why I fell off. This is why I mean I understand some of everybody like I understand the reason why like I like the show still. I even read the manga still. But like I even understand the reasoning why people don't like it as well too. So the fact is they were off they like the fact that he was on one sort of goal for it. If you technically do read it right now, you'll technically see that the funding for the manga has really decreased too. Because the speed at which they drop it has really decreased. It's like it only come
Solo
out.
level was completed a while ago, though.
Hmm?
It was completed a while ago. Solo level.
No, we're not talking about solo. I was talking about
Oh, you're talking about Shield Hero. My bad.
yeah,
My bad.
that
Yeah, I just wish they kind of
motherfucker.
died more to the aspect of like, was he getting to that trigger more? Because I feel like that was so cut short. I always get so mad about that scene. I know me and you talk about it later.
You see, and now what I'm saying. So like now, if we were talking about soul leveling or something like that, like that's completely different and everything. Like that show is a little different. It's not really the same. You know, they're completely different. They don't even belong in the same conversation, honestly. But like it's just about how slow certain shows come out. But I'm gonna go to my next point and everything because like this was technically one of those debate point ones and everything. Okay, but my first question to you guys is anybody familiar with Master Chief?
Oh, Halo?
Halo?
Oh no, what
Yes.
did they do to Chief?
All right. Is anybody familiar with Doomslayer?
Yeah.
Oh, I know where you're going
That's
with
not
this.
the old school game.
Well, no, Doomslayer is. Oh no, Slayer is back and he's better than ever. You kidding?
Wait, hold on. What?
This is
Well,
the
hell
best
no,
Alright.
survival game on mobile. You'll start
ahead.
out by
Watch
choosing
my
your
Oh
name,
man,
guys.
guys, we got the
human
best survival game
From
on
there, you'll
mobile. Oh
protect your
shit,
base
it's
camp
totally
from
not a piece
zombies
of shit. I
coming from all
promise.
directions. As you keep taking out zombies,
It's on mobile?
Yep, I knew you were going with this.
And it's time for a death battle! Just kidding, that ain't me. That's the brand new Boomstick U2s. It's a limited time. Fight!
Master Chief versus Doomslayer.
The super soldier.
Nah,
and
bro,
the
you've been out of the
demon
loop.
destroyer
Doom's been back
of
since
Doom.
2016.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out.
First of all, who y'all think will win?
Slayer, easily.
You're right.
I thought Master Chief. The reason why Master Chief survived so much is because of luck, and that's also a skill. So I'm giving Chief.
So there's a reason why I say Slayer. The Doomslayer is literally a man who gave up his humanity to fight the forces of hell itself. The man gets a boner for murder every time there's demons around. And need I remind you, mind you, Master Chief's nickname is the Demon. So just gonna say that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Depending on which version of like Doomslayer you're talking about, oh man. Especially with the new one that's coming out, oh man.
There's a reason why people equate Rip and Tear with the Doomslayer.
Especially with the VS.
Who would win a death battle?
Let's see a little lore about him first.
Born in the distant year of 2511, John grew up in a normal space colony many light years from Earth. However, John was anything but normal.
He was different from the other boys. Taller, stronger, meaner.
Which is why the brilliant Dr. Halsey chose him for her great experiment, the Spartan 2 program.
Well, he wasn't just chosen, he was kidnapped, replaced by a dying clone so nobody would know.
Newly conscripted into the United Nations Space Command as John 117, he was only 6 years old.
He wasn't the only one. Him and 74 other kids got shoved into the deadliest summer camp ever, going through intense training to be molded into child soldiers. Cause you can't spell infantry without infant.
The training tore away John's identity. He couldn't remember his family. He couldn't remember his home. He couldn't even remember his full name. All that mattered was the game, the mission.
And boy, was he good at it, learning all sorts of military history, tactics, leadership, and best of all, weapons.
8 years later, he was finally prepared for the augmentation process that would make him superhuman. augmentation which almost half of his peers did not survive, and even more were left permanently disfigured.
Yeah, he's got this. How bad could it be?
The biochemical and biomechanical process was extraordinary. Hormones and protein complexes boosted his muscle growth to an inhuman scale. His senses were
Captain America?
surgically enhanced by rewiring his brain and capillaries. Carbide ceramic was grafted to his skeleton to make his bones nearly unbreakable. His nervous system was literally shocked into reacting 300% faster at all times. And with a little luck, John was torn apart and rebuilt as something new.
A Spartan! Ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-bum. Hey, the process is messed up, but you can't argue with the results. And it wasn't long before he earned the rank of Master Chief Petty Officer. Time to fight some.
So hindsight now we can understand why he's a little different. You get what I'm saying? Like we can kind of understand why it's a little like, you know, when it be needing us to really affect missions and stuff. We can kind of understand that why, you know, we Captain America.
So, a detail that they missed, there's a reason why they made the Spartans in the first place, and it wasn't just for the Covenant. Actually, it was before the Covenant. The reason why the Spartans were made, and also a bunch of kidnapped kids, is because they were intending on using them to fight rebels and kind of do it more covertly. So, send in this group of unknown super soldiers to go ahead, smoke all the rebels, and go out, and no one knows what the fuck happened. Oh, what happened to those guys? Who knows? It just happened. And then all of a sudden, the fucking Covenant showed up. They're like, oh, shit, okay, send those guys.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Me neither. I thought we're probably gonna get into it. Maybe. Who knows? So let's see.
Crazy aliens!
And he has the gear to take on a whole army by himself.
Oh yeah, the M85C assault rifle can fire 650 rounds in a minute. The M6R is nicknamed the Spartan Laser for a reason, and can blow up tanks with a single beam of light. He's got a semi-auto rocket launcher with a lock-on feature, and if you're as lucky as John, a jumping feature. Oh, don't get me started on that beautiful, beautiful pistol. Good times.
Plus, he's picked up a number of enemy weapons over the years. The Covenant's charging plasma pistol, homing needler, and sticky plasma grenades add whole new strategies to Master Chief's combat style. And the weapons from the Banished basically shoot big, scary spikes at people. Kind of hardcore.
Unless he finds the energy sword or gravity hammer first, then he's gonna jump in swinging. Come on, you know everyone goes for the sword.
Out of the 135 plus weapons he's carried, the tech of the Forerunners may be his most impressive find. Ionized particle weapons, slip space portal generators, and shields made of extremely durable hard light. In fact, by tapping into a Forerunner ship he was on, a massive amount of that very hard light formed a shield strong enough to save him from a point-blank 30 megaton nuclear warhead.
It annihilated a whole starship, and Chief was just fine, floating around in space like he's chilling at the pool. I guess it helps that he's wearing armor so badass it's named after Thor's hammer, Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
Well, the Mjolnir armor improves his strength and speed even more, has energy shields to block incoming fire, and fills his wounds with medical biofoam. He's got a grappling hook, cause who doesn't, and thrusters so he can fly. Well, kind of.
Spartans in armor have dodged laser fire from the Type 50 beam rifle, and Master Chief has pushed himself to run 66 miles per hour, matching the top speed of a cheetah.
And he's strong enough to flip the 66-ton Scorpion tank, and even an elephant.
What? Why would he throw an elephant?
No, Wiz, not the animal, though he could definitely suplex the hell out of one of those if he wanted to. I'm talking about that behemoth of a mega truck that moves like 2 miles an hour. Even the game wonders how Chief can flip that 200-ton beast.
He can access other equipment with the Mjolnir armor, like invisibility, speed boosts, extra shields, and even 10 seconds of total invincibility. But even without those, the armor is strong enough to survive re-entering the Earth's atmosphere and crashing to the ground.
The moment we all realized just how tough this guy really is. Tough enough to end the war with the alien covenant almost single-handedly. He was so scary, the aliens even started calling him the Demon.
You'd think he wouldn't still be a petty officer after that. If anyone deserves a raise, it's him.
Oh, Master Chief Petty Officer is the highest rank for enlisted recruits. A commissioned officer isn't as active in the field. Kinda defeats the whole point of being a super soldier, right?
Makes sense. And he wasn't totally alone in this. He had the help of an onboard artificial intelligence system based on the mind of Dr. Halsey herself, Cortana.
God, everything comes with AI these days. This one's different though. Or Wait, maybe not. Is anyone horny for Alexa?
Cortana can hack other AIs, even those designed by far more advanced civilizations. She is constantly tracking enemies, can guide large-scale battles, and even process the entirety of human knowledge in less than 2 hours. ChatGPT could never.
I mean, Chief isn't too far from an emotionless robot himself. How's he made him like that?
Sort of. He's a force to be reckoned with, but John lost a lot of himself along the way. As luck would have it, and John is quite lucky, Cortana proved herself a dear friend. Even when she started her villain arc and exploded, but it's okay, he just got a new one.
You just gotta
Gold
do
mining
it.
is an infrastructure
Oh boy,
project
more
to
ads.
get
Who wants Bitcoin?
Kind of ironic how the artificial chick based on the woman who destroyed his life would bring back his sense of humanity.
But no matter who or what he has on his side, the Master Chief is no mere hero of Earth, but a savior of the galaxy.
Whether or
kinda
not
wish
he
I had
starts a
Bitcoin
fight,
before it,
you can be damned sure he'll finish it.
Before it blew up.
Today's battle is sponsored by Prize Picks,
Prize Picks is the best way to get into fantasy
plus the
shot to win.
Call of Duty
Download the app today.
first $5 lineup of Fear and Deimos, inspired by the god of Dread.
Sounds like the perfect place for portals to the burning abyss.
As demons swarm the Martian moon of Phobos, only one man survived to tell the tale and push the demons back to the pits of hell.
He was a space marine until he refused an order to fire on civilians. He was an engineer until his base was overrun by demons. He owned a cute pet rabbit named Daisy until those demons murdered her, pissing him off so much even the Hulk would be jealous.
This impossible man was known as, well, nobody really knows. He's a mystery, a symbol of both death and hope. So we just call him
Doom Guy! Oh yeah! There's a reason why my leg is the same super shotgun he's got. And now you can get your own super shotgun on me, where it belongs.
What is that?
My U2, stupid! It's just like me, except 8.2 times more huggable.
Because the shotgun doesn't randomly go off?
Yeah, right, I hope not. But this is a one-time thing. Once they sell out, they're gone. So hurry up. I said hurry up, Wiz!
Okay, I'll get one. Was going to anyway, the quality is immaculate.
Anyway, Doom Guy! Oh, it's so freaking cool! He scrounged up a slew of weapons from who knows where and got down to some good old-fashioned running and gunning!
Rifles, shotguns, flamethrowers, plasma guns, rocket launchers, chainsaws, and a frankly terrifying looking grappling hook.
The Unmaker is a celestial super gun, shooting beams of light that take down demons in one shot!
Only rivaled by the incredible feat of technology that is the BFG 9000.
Don't sugarcoat it, Wiz. That's the big fucking gun. A single plasma shot from this beauty can annihilate everything in front of Doom Guy instantly. It's like a handheld mini atom bomb launcher. It's also the power source for the BFG 10,000, a massive weapons platform that blasted a hole through Mars.
And so, Doom Guy discovered his life's mission: to kill every demon, ever. No, really, he is absolutely obsessed with slaughtering demons, like an addict.
And look at him go! Oh yeah, that's addictive. He killed demons on Phobos. He killed demons on Deimos. He killed demons on Earth. He even killed demons in hell.
The sheer scale of demonic violence changed him, breaking him down into a living weapon.
Good thing he got some time to himself to grind some rails, chill with Isabel, and visit the faraway world of Argent de Nerve. Well, for all of about 10 seconds before he was thrown into a coliseum. Naturally, he was the best fighter there. He even joined and trained with the Night Sentinels, an elite fighting force.
And then hell showed up on that planet too.
Man, my guy really can't catch a break, can he?
While most people would be terrified of demons showing up to murder them, something had shifted. Doom Guy wasn't scared of the demons were scared of him. Hellwalker, they called him. The Beast, the Unchained Predator. But his time with the Night Sentinels solidified a new moniker, one that would strike terror throughout the Dark Realm: Doom Slayer.
Imagine being those demons, excited to invade a whole new world far away from that helmeted freak who killed you last time, just to stumble onto him all over again. I'd be scared too. The Slayer is like a fusion dance of Jason Voorhees and the goddamn Terminator. He's always coming up with new ways to kill demons, but my fave is the blazing sword called the Crucible.
The Crucible is powered by Argent energy, sort of like a fuel for hell. Completely charged, it can power all of Earth for up to 8 months. Granted, much of Earth had been decimated at that point, but it's future technology, so it probably evens out. By taking the average annual consumption of Earth and narrowing it down to 2/3, given the 8 months time, thereby multiplying it by 0.666, how fitting, we can conclude that the Crucible's full charge outputs over 53 quadrillion joules of energy, giving an output of approximately 157 trillion kilowatt hours.
Yeah, big number, that's nice, but the Slayer just uses the Crucible to blow shit up. Even without it, he can fight specters, which are totally invisible to most people. He's strong enough to knock around these enormous steel blocks like nothing, and can even take down titans with his bare hands. Titans that can be 1,000 feet tall. Is this guy even human?
Those on Earth might not think so. He's not just a hero of the people. Some believe he's more.
Like a religion, like a god.
Well, hang on. We know he's human because we know his ancestry. Doomguy is the great-grandson of B.J. Blazkowicz from the Wolfenstein games, which means Doomguy's father is the one and only Commander Keen.
I don't know. That just makes him even more mysterious.
Regardless, the Slayer has plenty of upgrades, power-ups, and
Hold on, wait a minute. Sorry.
No, that's on point. No, the Doomslayer is B.J. Blazkowicz's grandson or great-grandson. The timeline's a little shifty, but long story short, yeah, that is the case. So his great-grandfather was off in the past, whacking Nazis and trying to liberate the world from the Third Reich, and his great-grandson ends up blowing away demons.
Damn, that's fire.
Also, the crazy tech, them being able to open up wormholes and shit, that falls very much in line with Wolfenstein, for the fact that if you guys played the newer Wolfenstein games, they had crazy technology from like basically magical Jews, so they were just able to adapt further onto that technology. So come the time of Doom, they just had crazy sci-fi shit.
That one, it's crazy how they actually connect these things. That's what I just mean. Like that's crazy. But like, let's continue real quick.
rune enhancements that make him seem superhuman, like speeding up his perception of time, turning partially invisible, or even becoming completely invulnerable for 30 seconds. But don't get it wrong, the Slayer is not invincible. While his rage makes him an unstoppable force of fury, it consumes him. He's less a precise weapon and more like setting loose a bull in a china shop, if the bull was also strapped to 8 swinging wrecking balls and a rocket-powered steamroller.
The Praetor suit may be an ancient relic, but it's also the most advanced set of armor in the universe and totally indestructible. Oh, and Assassin's Creed guy wishes he had a wrist knife as epic as the Doom Blade.
Back in his Doomguy days, he relied on mega armor that could half all damage. Now, his Praetor suit can withstand Argent Plasma, the same energy that powers the Crucible. He can even tank actual meteors.
Or he'll just dodge the meteors, because he's fast enough to outrun rockets from a rocket launcher.
He also has some help in the form of Vega, an AI he found overseeing mining operations on Mars. While Vega was not originally designed for combat scenarios, it is proficient in hacking and technical know-how. Vega can even create portals to alternate dimensions, including hell itself.
It's like pizza delivery, but for demons. Of course, that just makes it easier for Doomslayer to chainsaw them all in half.
And time works differently in hell. The Slayer may technically be human, but his rage evolved him, turning him into something more.
And then he was literally blessed with immortality. Yeah, he can still technically die, but he no longer ages. So he's been killing demons for dozens, no hundreds, no thousands of years.
However, it turns out the Slayer was all part of a grander story.
Yeah.
For Vega was actually the remnant of an ancient god.
God is an AI? Okay, the inevitable robot takeover is gonna go way harder than I thought.
And Vega's ultimate enemy was the Dark Lord of Hell. He has many names: Davoth, Satan, the Devil, the true first being who created all of existence.
But he's the master of all demons, the most demon-y demon of demons. And we all know what the Slayer does to demons. Say it with me now. Rip and tear! Oh yeah!
Wait, why does the Devil look like the Doomslayer?
Oh, I think he wanted to take a form known for pure destruction. You see, Doom is in many ways a surreal postmodern story that is up to the player's interpretation.
Right.
Also, killing evil wannabe Doom guy in a mech suit from hell is just badass.
The Doomslayer had fulfilled his purpose. He'd slain the Dark Lord, decimated demonkind, and trapped whatever scraps remained behind the closed gates of hell. And so, like an ancient weapon of prophecy, the Slayer was sealed away, ready to awaken at humanity's call when the fires open again.
All hail the Slayer, the Destroyer. He is more than a man. He is Doom.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
I'm not detecting enemy forces. Perhaps they left?
You tell me.
You sure demand a lot from a girl. Wait, around the corner. Be ready.
Enemy located. Combat will likely be necessary.
Well, isn't he astute?
Alert. Portal detected.
Who brings a chainsaw to a gunfight? Chief, watch your six!
You are surrounded.
What the hell just happened? I'll see what I can do about that annoying AI.
Do it. I'll finish this fight.
I can no longer detect the enemy. Systems complete.
You know, Verizon can sell you YouTube Premium for $10 a month.
Chief, still with me?
Not bad, dude.
And lo,
Yeah.
our avenging angel has triumphed. for he is Doom. Amen.
There's a lot going on here, so
wasn't
let's break
bad
this
at
down,
all.
starting with physical stats. Being a genetically enhanced super soldier, you'd probably expect the Master Chief to take the edge here.
Wrong! Chief can outrun a cheetah moving 66 miles per hour. The Slayer can outrun a rocket zooming almost 8 times faster.
Master Chief can flip the 200-ton elephant platform. The Slayer can fling around these massive steel cubes, which each measure to over 400 tons.
He can take down titans with his bare hands, so it adds up. If this came down to a fist fight, he'd just punch Chief's head off.
Stats may go to the Doom Slayer, but Master Chief has
Does it
one
say
trick the
how you
Slayer
get-
can't beat.
Or do you
his
have to have like
AI.
a
Yeah,
service with it?
Vega may be God repackaged as Siri, but Cortana is clearly the more dangerous computer pal.
Cortana was designed for combat encounters and battle planning. Vega oversaw a mining facility. Granted, Vega's nothing to laugh at, but Cortana's kind of
If this
famous
is
for
going
hacking
straight through,
ancient,
just buy
all-knowing
it.
technology
That'd be nice,
on
but
multiple
if you have to
occasions.
have, like, a plan with
And
them,
even if you want to
that'd be-
argue Chief should have the weapon instead, she's still a copy of Cortana.
And when it comes to experience, Chief likely has more consistent training. Becoming a super soldier and one-man army is basically all he did since he was a child.
The Slayer may seem like a rampaging bull consumed by rage, and he is, but he was also a Marine and trained with the Night Sentinels.
And since time in hell gets wacky, he fought demons non-stop for thousands of years.
Given the sheer variety of enemies, battles, and wars Master Chief has experienced, it's a tough call, but we think fighting demons for so long tips the scale to the Slayer.
Not that it matters much, because we're on to the last and best category, arsenals. From weapons to power-ups, both Chief and the Slayer had a ton of stuff they could bring into the battle.
Both had means to turn invisible or shield themselves from damage. Both had suits that could withstand extreme heat and intense hits. And both had so,
I remember we were talking about
so many
anime
weapons.
with
Technically, Master Chief had a
stopped
greater
all of a
variety of
sudden.
weaponry, but when it comes to sheer destructive power,
I don't know
the
if you
Slayer
know
had a
Walk
beat. The
Horizon.
Unmaker can match the Spartan laser's light
Well,
speed without having to worry about
what?
charging up, and nothing on Chief's
What's it
belt
called
can
again?
match the raw
Walk
power
Horizon.
of the BFG.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, that was
Still,
that kind of got a
Master
little
Chief
boring.
did use a hardlight shield to survive a point-blank 30
Oh, it was
megaton
good,
bomb.
but it just got
However,
so complicated
Cortana
at
was
the end.
siphoning power from the Forerunner ship they were on to
Huh?
make that shield.
See,
So
me
it was a very
personally, that's what I
specific
liked about it.
circumstance not easily replicated.
Because
And
it
it's
wasn't
clear
just
that
like
without
some
the shield, he would have
brain-dead
been
anime. It was
obliterated.
like
Even if he could replicate it, Doomguy had the
Had
weaponry
substance
to
to it.
break through. Take the Crucible.
Remember, the Crucible holds power equivalent to 157 trillion kilowatt hours, which directly
Like they
converts
built
to
the guilds,
90
and then after they
gigatons
built
of
the guilds,
TNT.
you have to try to figure out how to manipulate the system where you can actually purchase things. And the way they did that was to go to the final boss.
Okay, but anyways, I'm gonna pass mine right here to the next one. My background getting loud a little bit too, but I'm it's on to you, Mike.
Okay, didn't expect that to pass up, but let me see here. Going to, I think I'm gonna start off with a little bit of anime news, and that being that One Piece manga is currently ongoing, but expect for it to be on break once it hits chapter 1148. Now, 1148 is scheduled to be released on Sunday, May 11th, on, of course, 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, and the release follows, of course, a brief hiatus due to Japan's Golden Week holiday. Now, during around this time, this is when they kind of show like a bunch of content, especially coming on the newest anime that's maybe latest season, maybe new season arrivals, new trailers, things of that nature. Expect content coming out during that week. And of course, on this damn podcast, we will go over that. And then you expect to want to read, especially specifically 1148 or ongoing chapters of the manga for One Piece. Of course, you can always check out Viz Media Shonen or Shueisha's Manga Plus. And then what else? Oh yeah, Dawn to Dawn, season 2 officially announcing. Now, of course, the next season is premiering July 3rd. However, if you want to get caught up on some of the episodes, there is an exclusive theaters in exclusive theaters that is releasing around May 30th. And if you want to catch up, just make sure you get your tickets. That will be on sale shortly. I think it should be on sale. Maybe right now, I'm not so sure, but I'll definitely give you guys an update on that. There was another one for that final one. Yes, yes, of course, with Dragon Ball Super exclusive burgers. If you having your summer plans, or let's say, I guess say summer plans that's being traveling out of the country, in France being one of them. France having a limited time with a collaboration with a fast food restaurant called, it's literally called this Quick, 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 is selling, again, exclusive Dragon Ball exclusive burgers. That one being teriyaki beef Dragon Ball Super, which features 100% pure beef patty topped with sweet teriyaki slice sauce diced with onions, iceberg lettuce, and melted cheese. And then another one that being called a sriracha chicken Dragon Ball Super Burger that includes spicy breaded chicken, intensely spicy sriracha sauce, included with crunchy red onions. What do you guys think about this? Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds pretty fire. I would
It's
definitely try
very diabetic when I found. No, it sounds like
it. Oh man,
Yeah,
I would definitely try one at least if it's available in the United States.
but apparently this is only exclusive, of course, with the again the restaurant called Quick, and this collaboration will run all the way to, of course, which is right now, all the way through June 2nd of 2025. Now, with that being said, on next and the final news, that being Black Clover returning with two new manga chapters, that being 379 and 380, which is starting tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow, being May 2nd. And then after that, it'll be as always next month. We might get two chapters, who knows? Hopefully, we'll get our climax coming to an end. This climax has been happening a very long time. What do you think about that just later? Especially with Black Clover's climax being a long time.
it's more of a general open conversation, Mike. You ain't gotta ask me, or he knows about Black Clover too. Answer me directly. It's kind of.
Oh yeah. What do you think about did you get caught up with the new latest manga, Ollie?
Smell Black Clover?
Yeah.
Um, in all honesty, I think I am not all the way caught up. I'm basically where it's like when they go into the other kingdom where what's his name? Where Juno is the princess. So I'm not finished with that. I'm like halfway through it.
Okay, okay, okay.
But yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not all the way
definitely.
caught up, but it's I took a break from it. But it's still
It,
decent.
it's, def- it's definitely good. I definitely recommend catching up. It's definitely a lot going on, and but given the breaks that they've been having with the content, you'll definitely catch up in no time.
Gotcha.
Definitely. Because what it sounds like it's only like maybe eight chapters that you're probably off on. Not
Okay.
caught up on. Yeah, so definitely check it
Oh,
out.
so yeah, they slowed down. Wait. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Because with Tabata, I mean, of course, I wish I could know more about it, but yeah, I mean, apparently with the hiatus, he has been giving content here and there, which is not consistent. But however, two chapters in a row is definitely good. And yeah, if I'm not mistaken, you're probably like 8 to maybe 10 chapters behind.
Okay. Well, yeah, I might just catch up then. It's basically like what do you call it? Hunter x Hunter.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
like they're the New World or however you want to say it. That arc where Like they'll give like a few chapters, and then they just slow way down.
Gotcha. Okay, switching onto the next direction and focus on that being DC. David F. Sandberg. Yeah, no, I said it right. David F. Sandberg, who may know as a director for the superhero being, well, director being with Shazam, the first one, and then also with the sequel, Shazam: Fury of the Gods, has expressed his love for directing movies, but the one limit that he will not direct will be that being superhero shows that, of course, because he has expressed his reluctance to work with projects based on all the death threats that has been coming to his attention. Of course, with the backlash with fans coming from his work with Shazam. What do you guys think of the movie that was brought out so far? Did you hate it? Like it?
Um, the first one wasn't bad. I haven't watched the second one because the first one was meh. But
The sequel wasn't too bad. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it because
it didn't look bad.
I think in so far, like this is what I'm hearing in the DC side that he hasn't been replaced, so he might be the one of the few casting members that still has his role with Shazam. If I'm wrong, I mean, please let me know. But allegedly, he is still having his role at being, of course, Shazam, along with I can't remember his first name. I think his last name is Mandreas. The one that plays Blue Beetle, he still has his role being of course Blue Beetle in the movies. So of course him, Viola Davis, Amanda Waller, and of course John Cena playing Peacemaker still has their respective roles. They got all of them. I think they did well with John Cena. Hey, did you watch the Peacemaker, Ali? Peacemaker, yeah, I think it was called Peacemaker. Yeah, Peacemaker. Have you seen that? Yeah, you guys see me?
Did they add on to that series yet, or are they still just with the
Which one?
current Peacemaker?
Peacemaker. It's still in season one. Apparently, season two, I believe, will premiere in August. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it'll premiere in August.
Yeah,
There is no.
I remember actually enjoying that show. So I'm wondering, did you said the season 2 is gonna be in August?
Yeah, they did give a announced date will be in August, but so far we haven't had an official trailer yet. But
Well,
hopefully,
about
then
goddamn time.
yeah, my fingers crossed. Hopefully they give out a trailer even as we speak, because again, I've been waiting. I've been waiting. What's next? What's something else I want to talk about? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That being with Clayface. Clayface. We finally have a production date set to begin, which is on October 1st. Now, according with multiple sources, it has been pushed back, been pushed up to date, but we finally have official productions that being said to be on October 1st. Now, hopefully, they finally have a good story written with this script so far, even with season one. Because so far, we haven't gotten, at least in my opinion, I haven't gotten enough when they showed with Creatures and Commandos.
Oh wait. Before you go to your next one, real quick, I am so. It slipped my mind. We were missing Damn scenarios. Yeah, what I made it better, by the way. I made it a lot better than our previous game was. Our previous game being pretty actually pretty okay, but like you know.
Oh, by me, into the basically the shadow realm, basically. Well,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the
Yeah,
hell.
because Nick last time, it was a little different. This time it would be a little better, So actually, sorry, I do want you to continue yours as well too, but I do want to backtrack and kind of like hit one of these, and then we want to add Alibaba in it as well.
So you want to do it now, or just continue this other piece?
I do well, you because remember you have to do your part as well too, so just do your part. Continue. When I continue. Nah, let me actually. Okay. Let me just interrupt yours real quick. Let me just do yours real quick because like I said, like that is pretty little noisy in my background a little bit. I want to just kind of like get this out the way so I can get most of my reading out the way before per se You feel me? 'Cause in a minute I'm finna yell. All right.
I got you.
I was playing Alibaba. Alibaba.
What's good?
What game preference do you? I mean, what world preference do you have?
World preference?
Yeah,
Like
as
you mean
far
like
as anime, DC games, or Marvel.
um I'm very knowledgeable about anime and also games. I'm casual, so to speak, if you are an expert when it comes to DC and Marvel.
Let me see. So if you had to pick one,
If I would pick one, I would say anime.
and Mike, you gonna choose anime again this one, or you gonna choose DC? Mike.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with DC this time.
Okay. DC. Wait a minute. Almost done. Anime. DC comic. Uh, all right. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yep, got you. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. But once you guys see my screen, sorry, real quick. Just see my screen real quick.
Oh, hold on. Let me get where I can actually see your screen.
All right, you're good.
All right. The four of you find yourself trapped within a nightmare's fusion of realities. The brutal, metallic architect of UAC facility from Mars is UAC, that must be Doom. USC facility from Mars is inexplicably intertwined with the towering Gothic structures of Gotham City, all under a sky ripped, open to reveal swirling nebulae and colossal otherworldly entities drifting in the void. Grotesque demons stalk the corridors, alone shadowy figures wielding strange gadgets, while air crackles with an unsettling energy. A frantic, a frantic distress signal blares from a damaged comm panel. Containment breach, multiple entities. The nexus point is unstable. Anyone, please respond. Suddenly, three distinct figures appear before you, each offering a potential yet morally ambiguous path forward. Okay, so we all have different stuff. You guys, since Ali's your first time playing 10 damn scenarios, You basically choose what you want to do. Now, these are not limited toward one option, being we all can choose, a different one. You don't have to choose which one that says your option. It's just something that you would choose, or something like that, or your inclined choice. So
Just
for
don't pick the young woman with the striking blue hair because the last one was useless.
Yeah, no, yeah, that last bitch in the plug suit, she was so fucking useful. Nah.
Yeah.
That bitch was
so
useless.
so first we have a heavily armored figure wielding a devastating looking plasma rifle bearing the mark of a Doomslayer. He he growls,
So
"There's
just
only one way to deal with this."
little point of criticism here. The mark on the Doomslayer's helmet, that's not his mark. That's the mark of Cain. Just want to point that out.
Sure, okay. So
So the AI fucked that one up.
we find the biggest threat and we eliminated no hesitation. Nick's influence. B, a young woman with a striking blue hair and piercing eyes, here in a sleek white combat suit wearing the blade.
Man, fuck that bitch.
We need to understand what's happening here, find a source of instability, and attempt to restore balance, even if it means making difficult choices. Ollie's influence. C, a grim-faced villain vigilante in a bat-themed cowl, clutching a grapple gun surrounded by an array of high-tech gadgets. Batman here, clearly. He whispers, "We need to secure the innocent, find survivors, and get them out of this hell. Their lives are what matters." And then D, a charismatic figure clad in a high-tech suit of armor.
Actually,
Oh
just
yeah,
want
this is
to
a great
correct
game.
myself. No, so that is not the mark of Cain, but it is very similar.
A glowing R reactor embedded in his chest with repulsor waves charging from his gauntlets. Equips our team must figure out what's causing this mess and then hit them so hard they forget how to spell apocalypse. But try not to bake too much stuff, okay? So, guys, what are we doing? Well, I mean, not what are we doing, but what you guys want to do?
Naturally, we're talking about demons. I'm going for the Doomslayer.
We going Nick. Your influence, Nick.
I was gonna go with C, because I mean, if we're thinking about Batman, Batman has a plan, so I'm going with Batman.
You are fighting demons that have just invaded Earth. You don't need Batman, you just need the Slayer. He's single-handedly wiped. He has fucking killed Satan. I don't think Batman can live up to that.
I mean, is the Doomslayer still on our team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I think Batman with a plan with Doomslayer sounds like a good idea.
I mean, if we could take both, that's a different story.
We can.
Oh, hold on. So you can only take one.
No, we can. We were. It's
Oh, then what the
different
hell's the
routes.
point of the choices then? We each pick one of our own dudes. Fuck the plug suit bitch though. She's useless.
I told you you choose different routes.
I'm choosing that.
So you choosing? Are you going what? Doomslayer? Okay. Chooses. All right.
I choose to be Iron Man.
Well, Doomslayer it is.
I just want to be unique. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Nick chooses A, drawn to raw power and decisive action of Doomslayer. Nick immediately aligns himself with the idea of confronting the biggest threat head on, eliminated with extreme prejudice. Ollie chooses C. Ollie, perhaps recognizing the value of compassion and the need to protect the innocent amidst the destruction, chooses to follow the grim vigilante's focus on on securing survivors. Mike choosing A. Mike, despite his visual preference for strategy and immediate protecting of the vulnerable, is swayed by the immediate and visceral threat, siding with the Doomslayer's direct and forceful approach. June chooses D. June, ever pragmatist with the touch of the flair, opts to follow the armored hero, favoring the combination of investigation and powerful offense, while still maintaining a degree of control and hopefully minimizing the collateral damage. Now, based on initial choices, the shifts begin within each of you. Nick, a faint, almost imperceptible surge of aggressive energy courses within you. A primal urge to contain, to confront and destroy. Your senses seem slightly heightened, and you feel a flicker of ruthless determination, building a direct confrontation affinity.
Rip and tear.
Yeah.
A sense of responsibility settles within you, a heightened awareness of potential suffering of others. You feel a pull toward finding and protecting those in need, and your senses become attuned of subtle senses of distress, building a protective affinity.
Accomplish what you'll be.
Wait, despite aligning with the forceful approach, a nagging sense of unease lingers. Images of innocent people caught in the crossfire flash through your mind, creating a slight internal conflict. A minor moral conflict influence begins to build. You ain't even get shit. You just got
What the hell? I don't got time to be worrying about people.
a spark of inventive energy ignites within you. You find yourself already analyzing the environment, looking for a weakness to exploit, and potential technological solutions to the unfolding crisis, building a technological adaptation affinity. All right.
God,
All
I
right.
don't like where they're going already.
Hey, shit, these your choices. Remember now, this is also going to change. So, all right. And we're given that there's four of us, and there's 10 scenarios. We're going to do, um, Ali is going to do two. Um, I'll do, I'll do three. Mike does three. I mean, not does three. Nick does three. Mike, you do two. Three,
Okay.
three, two, two. All right, and with that, with Mike, yours being next. After this one, okay. I mean, well, after my third one, okay. So you can do you can finish your thing, and then you can do yours after that. All right. Let me get this one. All right. Following Doomslayer, Nick and Mike find themselves charging headfirst into a horde of grotesque demons pouring out a gaping rip in the side of a skyscraper. Y'all really decided to go do that. The air is thick with the stench of the brimstone and the roar of otherworldly entities. The Doomslayer unleashes its brutal barrage of plasma fire. By the way, does anybody? I do have a question. Does the Doomslayer even keep anybody alive?
Yes, actually.
Why'd you keep a demon alive?
Oh no, I mean in terms of demons, no. If you are on his shit list, he will fuck you up.
No. I'm talking about like if he had a protection mission, would he be able to keep you alive?
Oh yeah, no, he's done that on a number of occasions.
Oh,
I mean,
okay,
he's not
okay.
gentle about it. He had to save Samuel Hayden, the Sadborg dude. He saved him, sort of. He kind of just took his carcass and kind of like flung it across a room. But I mean, he's still alive.
Okay.
Remember, the Doomslayer is a wrecking ball. If you have him
Exactly.
on a rescue mission, he's gonna save you. Just you might be, he might give you a broken leg or two, but you'll live. You'll live.
Ali follows the vigilante, who moves with stealth and agility through the ruined streets, his grapple gun allowing him to traverse the treacherous landscape. They hear faint cries for help coming through the collapsed building. June keeps pace with the armored heroes who flies through the chaotic cityscape, his arc reactor blazing. They spot several terrified civilians trapped on a precarious ledge above the ground, threatened by the falling debris. Your individual paths have diverged. You must now each choose your next action within your retrospective situations. Nick with the Doomslayer. Okay, so they want you to choose based off your situation, Nick.
Oh, so it's
Okay.
individuals. Okay, shit.
All right. So, do you want to choose charge deeper into the demonic core alongside the Demon Slayer? I mean, the Doom Slayer, focusing on eliminating as many threats as possible, identify and
B.
target a larger, more powerful demon, or scan the environment for any surviving humans.
Easy B.
Okay. Next.
Before you push it through, it's gonna have us. Yeah, there you
Boom. All right, Ali. Since you with the vigilante. Okay. Do you want to immediately move toward the collapsed building to try to rescue people calling for help? B, secure the perimeter around the collapsed building, ensure no other threats can be used to ensure no other be reached to them, or C.
Go on, B. Bravo.
Bravo.
To be fair, A and B are basically the same answer, just
A little different, yeah,
a
but
little
he
different,
does
a little stupid. So it's like, wait. So we have a building that we could use for cover. So rather than securing it, we're just getting people the fuck out of there, probably bring them more into harm's way.
He
So
probably
B
gonna
makes,
he might have a fight with B shit. Never know.
maybe.
But we might have to see. Mike,
Yeah,
since you're Doom Slayer as well too, do you want to focus on providing cover for the Doom Slayer? Do you want to look for any signs on what might have caused the rift, or keep out an eye for any innocent bystanders?
I guess I provide cover since he rescuing other people.
All right, and for me, I want to fly directly to the ledge to attempt a daring rescue. I want to scan the structural integrity, see if steps would erase them, or fuck it, might as well do. Hey, let's do it.
I
Boom.
love
All
how this
right.
outright says Doomslayer, but Batman and Iron Man, we don't call them by name.
We really don't.
It's like, yeah, we can't hide it. Big angry dude with a fucking mark of a demon on him. Yeah, pretty obvious. But the guy with the bat cowl, we don't know who he could be. No, who could be running around in a tight suit that looks like a fucking bat? And a guy with an arc reactor? No, who could that be? I don't fucking have any idea. I promise we're not totally breaking copyright.
We're not totally.
All right, it says team members continue to pursue their chosen paths, facing new challenges. Nick with the Doomslayer. Nick chooses B. Nick, his senses heightened and primal aggression building, scans the demonic core. He spots a hulking horned demon radiating a palpable aura of power, seemingly directing the lesser demons. That's the one we need to take down, he yells to the Demon Slayer, pointing towards the formidable beast. Ollie with Vigilante chooses B. Ollie, driven by a sense of responsibility for the trap survivors, prioritizes their immediate safety. It's just that she.
I'm just
Gets fucked up
gonna
right
point
there.
out something here.
He quickly survived, huh?
Hulking horned demon. You just named like 5 demons. You just described like 7 demons right there. There's about that's not descriptive enough.
It damn sure ain't. Shit, I mean, well, shit. Early, it's not a small one. Yeah, it is. Looking for secondary, looking for any secondary collapses, hidden threats, or unstable structures that could endanger a rescue attempt. Mike, despite his internal conflict, focuses on supporting the Doomslayer's brutal efficiency. He scavenges a discarded energy weapon from the fallen USC Marine and lays down a barrage of cover fire, targeting demons closest to the Slayer to give him an opening. And June chooses A. Without hesitation, propels himself toward with a precarious ledge where the terrified civilians are trapped. His reports of gauntlets flare as he maneuvers through the falling debris, intent on reaching them as quickly as possible. Now the damn character alterations begin. Here we go. Nick, direct confrontation. The aggressive energy within Nick intensifies. He feels a surge of adrenaline and near instinctive understanding of demonic weaknesses. His vision momentarily sharpens, heightening potential vulnerabilities in the hulking demon's armor. At least you got some power ups.
That's the complication. Hey, you get roid rage and get to murder everything. That doesn't sound like a bad thing at all.
Ollie. Ollie's weakness of potential danger intensifies. She said she, but we gonna just pretend that says he. Notices subtle shifts in the rubble around the collapsed building. Hearing faint creaking sounds suggests further instability. A protective urgency watches over him, making making his movements more decisive. So I guess you just got more like cautious per se. I don't really know. They just kind of made that sound like more like.
It sounds like nothing.
Ultra instinct. It's like ultra instinct. We talking about.
So just okay, moral conflict. Mikey Six sound like you got a more conflict going on. The act of unleashing focus fire on demons while aiding the Doomslayer leaves Mike with a deeper sense of unease. He experienced fleeting disturbance images of demons as corrupt beings, victim of greater force, amplifying his internal conflict. He feels a slight tremor in his hands. This man's over here.
So hold on, I get fucking roid rage. Ellie, he's just aware of his surroundings, and Mike's about to piss himself.
You got PTSD.
All right.
It's like, bro.
My dude's having flashbacks to Vietnam.
Mike did something unlike his character. So is the technological adaptation as June flies toward the trapped civilians. His understanding of his own armor capabilities seems to deepen. he instantly intuitively accessed a previously unused stability system that allows him to navigate the falling debris with greater precision and speed. So I'm just like bonding with technology a little bit there. I mean, we were like 2 power ups, no, like 3 power ups and one. Yeah,
I just want to know what does Batman discover PTSD? Like, I don't know.
Batman
He's
is
gonna have.
PTSD. His whole
That's
Nah,
childhood
that,
is
I
PTSD
think that's
inducing.
because it's like you.
He's he's Batman. Like what?
I think that's because you chose like like something that was probably like they weren't
Extreme.
expecting. Cause
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's extreme for Batman.
Okay.
cause like you didn't go with Batman. You probably should have went with Batman at first. Maybe.
I didn't went with Batman. Everybody got an okay.
No. You should have went with a girl or some shit. I think that was more like you was like, nah.
After what happened last scenario, man. No.
I mean, she ain't had a robot with her this time.
Nah.
You just scarred. Okay, I feel you. Anyway, Nick and the Doomslayer engaged a powerful horned demon. It roars ferociously, wielding a massive energy axe that crackles with dark power. Ali directs the vigilante towards a relatively stable section of the collapsed building, pointing out potential entry points while remaining vigilant for further collapses. Mike continues to provide cover fire, but the disturbing images in his mind make his aim waver slightly. This man over tripping. June reaches the terrified civilians on the ledge who are clinging desperately to the crumbling structure as more debris rains down. The individual battles continue. What are your next actions? Nick with the Doomslayer. Do you want to focus your attacks on a demon's exposed limbs, trying to slow down its movements, or attempt to exploit the vulnerabilities heightened by your enhanced senses, aiming for the critical strikes, or use your environment to your advantage?
I'm gonna go for C. Leave it to the professional.
I'm gonna go with C, leave it to the professional. Let's see.
That's no fun.
So Nick went with C.
Keep the demons busy and let the Doomslayer come in and just tear that fucker apart.
That ain't really what he said though. That ain't really C. It's just say
That's
use
what
your
that's what the
environment.
option was. Option C was use the environment as an advantage, try to lure him into a
Oh,
trap, and
for
let the
him. Oh, okay.
Doomslayer create an opening for the Doomslayer.
That's more like leaving yourself for bait in a way, ain't it?
Yeah.
It sounds like it
Hey,
to
the
me.
Slayer will go right through him, so it's all good.
All right, sure. Let me see. Ali, let me see. With the vigilante, do you want to lead the vigilante to the most promising point and begin a rescue attempt immediately, or use any available tools to reinforce the area, trying to stabilize it, or call out to them, trying to guide them to your location?
I'm gonna go with B again.
All right. Mike, since you were the Doomslayer, continue providing cover, trying to suppress the lesser demons and keep them off the Doomslayer. Do you want to search the vicinity for any clues about the origin and the nature of the invasion, or you want to try to find a safer vantage point, just find support, minimizing your exposure?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hope I don't get PTSD from doing this. Let's try to go with A.
All right. And for me, don't want to begin evacuation one by one, carefully activate temporary energy shield to protect the civilians from the real reform of the rescue plan. Shit, let me see, let me see. Again. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fuck. Alright, fuck it out. You like that? All right, let's do it. Okay. Now we're on your part, Mike. And you can finish your part and everything, and then this is your parts to read and stuff. Okay.
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 Okay. And with the next DC news, I just want to give a happy belated birthday to Michelle Pfeiffer. Does anyone in this channel, well, in this chat, knows who that is? Well, I should know this one. Michelle Pfeiffer.
I've heard
Does it
the
ring a bell?
name, but I couldn't put a face to it.
He's an actor.
Actress. Who did she play? She played
Oh.
both. She played DC
I
character.
forgot who that is. I know the name. I don't know.
Okay, so she was a former character playing Selena Kyle Catwoman in Batman
That's what I said,
Returns
Catwoman.
in 1992, and remains and still is the most iconic performance, of course, in cinema. Turning age 67 of 2 days ago, actually. Still not that bad. And right now playing, I guess, what was the character's name? She played basically the Golden Age version of the Wasp in Marvel Cinematic Universe. So there is that. Again, I still, of course, rather prefer as Catwoman because she did have a more bigger role in a sense. Again, on to news, we have another celebrated birthday, that being a character, however. On April 30th, 1997, of course, we had Michael Holt making his debut, making the creator Mr. Terrific. Now is celebrating this. They're celebrating on this day. I guess give you a little background of this character. Of course, Michael Holt, being renowned for his genius and intellect, basically genius making multiple gadgets. He's famous for making the T spears, which are basically like giant drone, like little drones, basically, who does both offense as well as defense, and has been a key member of one of the Justice Societies of America. Of course, that being created by Michael Holt and being debuted in Volume 3, number 54. Created with John Ostrander and Tom Mandrake. And then for my final news with DC, coming with the next franchise, well, next franchise, but next celebrated film, with that being Superman having a huge marketing presence in this year's Osaka Comic Con. That's, of course, featuring in Japan, which is happening in May 2nd through May 4th. In the Intex Osaka International Exhibition Center. If you're interested in any of the events, and you have that in your plans for this summer, make sure to visit, which is starting again tomorrow around 3 p.m. Yeah, around 3 p.m., which will be selling exclusive merchandise as well as having Q&A sessions with the cast and co-stars. Yeah, I think I said that from my next news. And with that being said, I guess I'll go on with the next D.A.M scenario.
All right. Let me see.
Yeah. Let's start loading on my screen. Loading. Still loading. Don't know why.
All right.
It said it failed to start. Do y'all seen this?
You got further starting yours?
It said it failed to start.
Yeah, I got the same error on my end.
Really? Hold on, let me see.
Oh wait, I just had it. You closed it. God damn it.
Oh damn. Hold on. I'm starting again. Okay.
Okay.
There you go. We're live.
All right. I got it. The individual battles continue to unfold with each member of the team making strategic choices. Nick with the Doomslayer chooses C. Nick, his enhanced senses guiding him, surveys the immediate environment. He spots a series of weakened support beams in a nearby structure. A Slayer over there, he yells, pointing. If he can lure that thing under those supports, he hopes the Doomslayer understands his intent to use the collapsing environment to their advantage. building. Ali with the vigilante chooses B. Ali, her protective instincts heightened, and the cracking sounds of the building fresh in her mind quickly begins to reinforce the most promising entry point. She uses chunks of stable debris and any available tools from the vigilante's arsenal to try to secure the area, making it safer for their entry and the eventual rescue. Eventual rescue. Mike with the Doomslayer chooses A. Mike, despite the gnawing unease of his mind, whatever it is he's feeling, focuses on the immediate threat. He continues to lay down a steady stream of cover fire, targeting a lesser demon swarming the Doomslayer. His aim becoming slightly more steady as he tries to compartmentalize his moral conflict. There we go. June with the armored hero chooses A. June, prioritizing the immediate safety of the trapped civilians, begins the delicate process of evacuating them one by one. He carefully guides the first terrified individuals across the precarious ledge, using his armored stabilization system to ensure their footing and his repulsor gauntlets for balance. That's fucking Iron Man. Damn complication. The continued choices further influence the team. Nick, direct confrontation. Nick's tactical awareness sharpens. He anticipates the horn demon's movement slightly better, a growing understanding of his combat style forming in his mind. Ali, protective instinct. The act of reinforcing the entry point reinforces Ali's sense of responsibility. She feels a surge of determination to ensure the safety of the trapped civilians. A quiet resolve hardening within her. Mike, more conflict. Oh god. The sustained combat against the demons continues to weigh on Mike. He experiences a vivid flashback of a news report of Gotham about from Gotham about innocent being dragged into a similar dimension rift, amplifying his guilt and causing more noticeable tremor in his hands. What the fuck? This man here. June 10th, technological adaptation. The precise movements required for the rescue trigger a new function in June's armor, a localized gravity field generator in his gauntlets, allowing him to subtly influence the trajectory of falling debris near the civilians.
Have my way.
Nick attempts to lure the powerful demon towards the weakened supports, hoping the Doomslayer can exploit the environmental hazard. Ali and the vigilante work to secure the entry point into collapsed building, the sounds of the trapped survivors echoing within. Mike continues to with his cover fire, his eternal conflict, a growing distraction. June carefully guides the first civilian across the treacherous ledge. The threat of the falling debris is still significant. The individual challenges intensify. What are your next actions? Here we go. Nick with Doomslayer. A. Make a daring move to further weaken the supports yourself, creating a more immediate threat. B. Focus on distracting the demon, drawing his attention away from the Doomslayer so he can exploit the environment. C. Look for any weapons, power ups in the environment that could give you an edge against the powerful foe.
I'm gonna say B.
I gotta read Ali's. Yeah. Ali with the vigilante. Once the entry point is secure, be the first to enter the class building to access the situation inside. Remain at the entry point, providing support and keeping watch for any emergency threats. C. Use any available communication devices to try and contact anyone else who might be in the building.
I'm gonna go with A.
And of course, Mike with the Doomslayer, try to identify any patterns in the demonic attacks, looking for any weaknesses the Doomslayer can exploit. B. Search for any signs of technology or magic that might be fueling the dimensional rift. C. Call out to the Doomslayer, suggesting they prioritize finding and rescuing any of the humans in the area after dealing with the immediate threat. Hmm. Since Nick got this, I'm gonna try to go B.
Nick got that.
No, you're just gonna alert to the Doomslayer.
I feel it. I'm gonna do the repulsor blast and try to clear a safer path or something like that. Because I feel like, you know what? It's on Ali.
Wait, Ali reasons going on me.
Yeah, Ali reads it.
I thought he was doing two.
Wait, is this two? This is one or two?
That was one.
No, it's two.
That was two. We only had one choice.
That was the one too?
I'll read this one.
Okay.
Okay, so Nick with the Doomslayer chooses B. Nick, trusting the Doomslayer's raw power, focuses on drawing the Horned Demon's attention. Makes a series of quick, aggressive movements, firing his scavenge weapon erratically to keep the demon focused on him, hoping to create an opening for the Demon Slayer or Doomslayer to exploit the. I can't read that because of the volume icon. Supports Ali with the Vigilante. Chooses A. With the entry point seemingly secure, Ali wastes no time. She signals the Vigilante and is the first to enter the class building. Her senses on high alert for any immediate dangers, location of any trap, survivors. Mike with the Dupe Slayer chooses B. Mike, his internal conflict still present about momentarily. No, I can't read the whole thing. You gotta flip up, Nick, Ace later.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah, Mike, with his internal conflict present but momentarily suppressed by the urgency of the situation, scans the immediate vicinity. He looks for unusual energies, signatures, tears in the fabric of reality for any technologies or mystical devices that might be the source of the dimensional rift and the demonic invasion. Gene with the being the armored hero. Choose B, having successfully moved the first civilian June decides the priority is to clear a safer path for the others. He uses controlled bursts from his repulsor gauntlets to target the most unstable sections of the ledge and the larger pieces of the falling debris, attempting to create a cleaner and less hazardous route. Down complications. Significant character shift. The choices in this round trigger a more profound alterations reflecting the increasing intensity of the situation and the character's continued actions. Nick, direct confrontation. Nick's movements became more aggressive and reckless, fueled by the adrenaline of the directly engaging the powerful demon. He feels an almost uncontrollable urge to taunt and provoke the creature. Ali, protective instinct, entering the collapsed building intensifies Ali's focus on the survivors. She feels a heightened sense of hearing, allowing her to better discern their cries for help amidst the rubble. Mike, more conflict. Mike searched for the rift's origin leads him to a notice of strange symbols etched into the environment, symbols that resonate with the deep, unsettling fueling of corruption and suffering, further amplifying his moral conflict and causing more persistent tremor in his hands, occasionally affecting his aim. June, technological adaptation. Clearing the path with his repulsor blast triggers a new understanding of energy manipulation within June's suit. He realizes he can create temporary localized energy fields that can deflect smaller pieces of debris, offering a greater protection to the civilians. Scenario 5. Nick's taunting and erratic attacks draw the Horn Demon's full attention, leaving it momentarily vulnerable to the Doomslayer's assault on the weakened supports. Ali ventures deeper into the collapsed building, following the faint cries for help, the air thick with dust and the small smell of decay. Mike continues his search for the rift's origin, the unsettling symbols leaving him increasingly disturbed and in aim slightly unsteady. June clears a precarious but safe path across the ledge and returns to the remaining civilians. The individual missions continue to unfold within the larger chaos. What are your next actions? Nick with Doomsday.
They got up there wilding.
Bro, like crazy, bro. I'm over here got PTSD with the symbols.
Well, at least you doing what Colson did in Agents of Shield.
Oh yeah.
The boy Colson.
I think definitely if I'm starting to lose it, I should probably calm the fuck down. Maybe start taking that anger out somewhere else. So, ooh, yeah. But then again, I'm risking the demon counterattack. So,
I mean, the same thing happening to Doomslayer happens to you.
true.
Yeah, it really does. Maybe I should have stayed behind, make sure you chill the fuck out.
It's fine. A little rage ain't gonna get. Fuck it. Just continue distracting him. Hey.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's choose my part. Mike with Doomslayer. Try to analyze unsettling symbols you found, hoping to understand their meaning in connection to the rift. B. Alert the Doomslayer
You
to
forgot
the.
Ollie's.
Is all this part?
Ollie. What's that top?
Oh,
I
okay.
choose B anyway, so you good.
Hold on.
Okay, Ollie chooses B. Proceed cautiously, checking for structure, weakness, and potential traps before moving deeper. Yeah, that's what I would choose too.
Will it be?
Yeah, he went with B.
You know what I'm saying? Or you?
And then for mine, try to analyze the unsettling symbols you found, hoping to understand their meaning, connection to the rift. B. Alert the Doomslayer. The presence of these strange symbols suggests they might be important. C. Focus on suppressing any lesser demons that might try to flank the Doomslayer while he's engaged with a powerful foe. I guess I'll do that after he finally kills the horned demon. So I'll choose. Oh, gee, I'll probably choose A. I'm a Kingdom Fanatic. I'll choose A. June, quickly evacuate the remaining civilians one at a time across a clear path. B. Use your enhanced energy.
Yep. Who's gonna use that one? All right, there we go.
Okay. Nick
All
with
right,
the
so I'll
Doom.
take over now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Nick. Fueled by adrenaline and growing sense of ruthless determination, continues to aggressively distract the Horn Demon. He weaves and dodges its powerful attacks, his erratic movements keeping the creature's attention fixed on him, giving the Doomslayer a clear opportunity to target the weakened support. Ali prioritizes the safety of the trapped survivors, proceeds cautiously into the collapsed building, moves slowly, and the enhanced hearing allowed him to pinpoint the direction of the cries while he carefully checks for unstable floors, precarious debris, and any signs of immediate danger or traps. Mike, the unsettling symbols still lingering in his mind, tries to focus on the immediate threat. He unleashes a concentrated barrage of fire on the lesser demons swarming with the Doomslayer, his aim becoming more precise as he channels his unease into a grim determination to protect his temporary ally. Uh, having having moved one civilian to safety, June realizes his newfound understanding of energy manipulation. He focuses his repulsor blast to create a wider and more stable energy bridge across a precarious ledge, hoping to expedite the evacuation of the remaining civilians and minimize the risk of further accidents. Damn complication. All right. Character twist. The continued intensity of the situation and specific choices may trigger more dramatic and potentially twisting alteration to the team. Nick's reckless aggression and focus on the demon causes a strange feedback. He feels a surge of dark energy coursing through him, granting him a temporary increase in speed and strength, but also imbuing his eyes with a faint, unsettling red glow. Ellie, cautious approach and heightened hearing led him to perceive something else within the collapsed building, a faint rhythmic pulse emanating from deeper within, almost like a heartbeat. This raises a disturbing question about the true nature of the structure and what might be inside. Mike's continued exposure to the demonic presence and the unsettling symbols triggers a vivid hallucination. He momentarily sees the face of a fallen comrade superimposed on one of the lesser demons, causing him to hesitate in his attack and leaving him vulnerable for a split second. As June creates the energy bridge, his arc reactor pulses erratically, feeding more power than intended into the gauntlets. He briefly sees holographic schematics overlaying his vision, hinting at a more powerful offensive capability that he hadn't realized his armor possessed. Scenario 6.
You know, not for nothing. Why is it that like so? There's a common theme here, not even just in this, but like in all the scenarios that we've done. Like Mike is always the one that's either like in like a nervous situation or for some reason. I'm always a fucking roid rage. I'm just like fuck it, give me the gun, I got this. Just blowing away someone. We're starting to see a common pattern.
I'm always in the stress situation.
But that's why I asked you earlier. I was like, "Yo, like, let me know."
At the end of this, we're just gonna see Mike holding the fucking like thing of scotch and a fucking cigarette, just trying to. I'm gonna be going through anger management training.
I got Ultra Instinct by the end of this. I'm good with it. Alright, Nick's enhanced speed and strength allow him to evade the horn demon's attack more easily, but the red glow in his eyes hints at a growing darkness within. Ali follows the rhythmic pulse deeper into the collapsed building, a growing sense of unease mixing with his protective instinct. Mike's hallucination causes a momentary lapse in his focus, and Lesser Demon manages to land a glancing blow. June successfully creates a wider energy bridge, but the erratic pulsing of his arc reactor leaves him feeling slightly drained and with a flicker of unfamiliar power at his fingertips. The individual battles takes a new complicated turn. Let's see here. Nick, exploit your enhanced speed and strength to launch a direct powerful attack on the Horn Demon. B, continue to aggressively maneuver, trying to keep the demon's attention on you and away from the Doomslayer's attack on supports. C, briefly try to communicate with Doomslayer, warning him about any other potential threats you might have noticed in your enhanced state.
Kill that motherfucker.
You know, go for A. I mean, seriously, not for nothing, the Doomslayer by now would have had this shit wrapped up already.
Alright, fair enough. Let's see. For me, following the rule goals directly, believing it might lead to the trapped survivors, proceed even more cautiously, suspecting the pulse might be a trap or indicate a more dangerous presence. Try to use any available technology to analyze the nature of the removed pulse. I'm gonna go with C. I want to choose B, but I'm gonna go with C. All right, for Mike. A, shake off the hallucination and refocus entirely on providing cover fire prior to adjusting the demon's later safety. B, briefly examine the demon that struck you, looking for any unique characteristics or weaknesses. C, try to decipher the meaning of the unsettling symbols etched into the environment, believing they might hold a key to understanding the enemy.
Man, fuck that. I'm about to choose B now. The motherfucker hit me.
I gotta get my get back. All right, June. Quickly guide the remaining civilians across the energy bridge to safety. Experiment with the unfamiliar power surging throughout your gauntlets, trying to understand its offensive capabilities. Scan the source of the falling debris again, now with your enhanced understanding of energy manipulation, hoping to neutralize it more effectively.
Yeah, this motherfucker always got power ups and shit. Mm. Well, mm, no, fuck it. I
The
think
team
it's
members.
wait a minute, hold on. 7, okay, cool. All right.
Okay. Team members press forward, embracing their altered states and focusing on their immediate goals. Nick, emboldened by his temporary boost in speed and strength and the unsettling red glow in his eyes, launches a direct, powerful attack on the Orange Demon. He moves with surprising ferocity, aiming a series of brutal strikes with his scavenged weapon, hoping to overwhelm the creature before his enhanced state fades. Allie, intrigued and slightly disturbed by the rhythmic pulse, decides to use any available technology to analyze it. He signals the vigilante to attempt to utilize a scanner from his equipment, hoping to determine the source and nature of the strange pulsation. Shaken by the hallucination, Mike focuses on the demon that struck him. He examines its features, its movements, and any unique markings, hoping to identify a specific weakness or pattern that he can exploit or relay to the Demon Slayer. Prioritizing the safety of the remaining civilians, June quickly guides them across the now stable energy bridge. He focuses his energy output to ensure their safe passage, his movements efficient and practiced despite the lingering drain from the power surge. Alright, D.A.M complication. The convergence of their altered states and focused actions triggers a significant culmination and twist in their individual experience. Nick has now dark empowerment. As Nick strikes the Horn Demon, the dark energy within him intensifies, resonating with the demon's own power. For a fleeting moment, he feels a strange connection to the demonic realm, gaining a terrifying glimpse of their hive mind and their ultimate goal for this merged reality: complete annihilation. This knowledge overwhelms him, causing him to momentarily falter in his attack, leaving him vulnerable.
Okay, hold on. Why is it that always when I'm like in these states, it's always like some kind of like, oh hey, you magically connect to whatever the fuck it is. Nah, the only connection the Doomslayer has ever had to the demons is his fist going through their intestines. That's the only connection. He don't feel nothing. So if I'm chilling with Slayer, I shouldn't be feeling nothing. The only thought going through my mind should be, how do I kill you quicker?
Yeah, like this
Unfortunately.
is crazy.
It's always trying to tempt nigga.
Bro, I'm having a fucking existential crisis here. Do I kill the demon? Am I not better than them?
Unfortunate. Allie's scan of the rhythmic pulse yields disturbing results. The pulse isn't biological. It's a technological signature emanating from deep within the collapsed building. The scan reveals a complex energy network and a schematic diagram that bears an unsettling resemblance to a biomechanical heart. The realization dawns on him, and the building itself might be alive, or at least a host to something living and artificial. As Mike examines the demon that struck him, he notices a small, almost imperceptible symbol etched in his own flesh. The same unsettling symbol he saw earlier. This confirms his growing fear that these creatures are not simply mindless monsters, but are connected to something far more sinister and organized, deepening his moral conflict and causing a more pronounced, persistent shaking in his entire body.
What the fuck? Like, what does
I'm
Batman
sorry,
fear
dude.
fear? Like,
You're
what
cooked.
is it?
It sounds like you're cooked, bro.
It's
As June guides the last civilian across the energy bridge, the erratic energy from his arc reactor stabilizes and the holographic schematics in his vision become clear. He instinctively understands how to unleash a powerful concussive energy blast from his gauntlets, a potential weapon he now knows he possesses.
Mm. Well, Nick, these 3 years, and what is your turn, my boy?
Alrighty, so
mine. I only did one choice. I thought we supposed to do two, right? Or am I wrong?
Wait, you did one?
Yeah, I only did one for the choices so far.
Oh shit. Oh, never mind. Go ahead, keep going then. Shit, fuck it then. Never mind. I'll be checking it. It'd be like,
I gotta do
all
my
right,
news
go
after this, right?
yeah.
I mean, if you want to, yeah, because it'll be 8, 9, and 10, so that's 3 of them for him. So Nick's momentary vision leaves him vulnerable to the enraged Horned Demon. Allie's unsettling discovery about the building's nature fills him with dread and raises new questions about the survivors within. Mike's confirmation of the demonic connection leaves him deeply disturbed and physically shaken. June now possesses a potentially powerful offensive capability. All right. The individual missions have led to significant new revelations and dangers. What are your next actions? All right, for Nick, try to recover quickly and resume your attack on the Horned Demon despite your momentary vulnerability. Warn the Doomslayer about the terrifying vision you just experienced and its implications. C. Focus on protecting the Doomslayer from any other immediate threats while you regain your composure.
Hey, I mean, listen, it's not a shocker. Oh, the demons are here to wipe out humanity. Surprise, surprise. It's not a newsflash. So yeah, and Doomslayer, he doesn't need me to protect him. He's fine.
Fair enough.
Meanwhile, I got PTSD.
That's like, yo, not for nothing. That's like saying, hey, do you guys know that it's like if someone came out and said that Diddy visited fucking Epstein's Island. Really? No shit. You didn't have to tell me.
I'm gonna go with B. Yeah, because if I can figure out that, then I can save the survivors, the people that are trapped at the same time. 2 birds, 1 stone. All right, for Mike, alert the Doomslayer to the recurring symbol and your suspicion of a greater intelligence behind the demonic invasion. B. Try to find other demons bearing the same symbol, hoping to learn more about their organization or purpose. C. Focus on using your weapons to create a defensive perimeter around yourself and the Demon Slayer. Your physical shaking might perceive. Aiming difficult. Your physical shaking making precise aiming difficult. There we go.
I guess I'll go with A, I guess. Because I can't barely do anything else but get PTSD. I will give Vincent.
All right, for June, use your newly discovered concussive blast to clear a safer path for you to return to the armored hero. Stay with the rescued civilians and use your energy shields and new blast ability to protect them. Try to locate the source of the falling debris again, now armored with potentially powerful countermeasures.
Damn, what's up? Hold up. Fucking stupid shit.
He goes into his portion after this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Nick's turn now.
Yep.
Oh, my turn to read? Oh, my bad.
Well, now it's like your turn completely. But you want to read first, or you want to do your?
I'll do my news. All right, so back to the gaming world. A couple news stories. Trying to pull this up. There we go. So as we mentioned before, Xbox prices are going to be going up to at least $80 for the games by holiday at least. So, like I already said, my thoughts on it. It's kind of bullshit, but unfortunately, we did this to ourselves. If people started putting their foot down when it came to Rockstar, this shit might not have happened. So we kind of created this demon ourselves. Assassin's Creed Shadows released a roadmap for DLC and improvements. Though in my opinion, I'm sorry, but a AAA company should not be having a roadmap for improvements. The game should already be good. If your game is already a buggy mess and you're charging $80, $70, you're doing something wrong, in my opinion.
They charge $80 for this DLC?
If they did, they'd be out of their fucking minds. I have no idea what their DLC is going to cost. I believe they did the same thing like they do typically, where it's like $100 to $120 for like a gold edition, and you get the season pass and whatnot. So that's probably what they did. But for the DLC individually, I don't know what they were charging. Other than that, Nintendo just finally released their new family share system. Their whole game share kind of thing that we were talking about, the cartridge. So the way it works in terms of loaning is not like physically handing it. So basically the way it works now is think like Steam Family Share. The way it works where you kind of have an established family group, but you don't just get everybody's games. You have to loan it, essentially. So say all four of us here were part of a Nintendo family, if you will. I could send Mario Kart to June. Now I don't have access to it, but he does. And Mike could share his copy of Pokemon with me, but now he doesn't have it. So it's kind of a weird system and kind of stupid, in my opinion. I don't really get the purpose of that. I think the way Steam did it was perfect because essentially it tells you how many copies are owned among the accounts, and effectively, everybody just has access to it. Just if somebody's accessing it over somebody else, then only that one person can play until they get off the game. So I think having to manually say so-and-so has access to what, like, manually is kind of stupid, in my opinion. Just a little, it's just kind of an extra step. That's all it is. I think it's a dumb system, honestly. Seth Rogen is going to be in Black Ops 6 and Warzone because apparently we needed him for some reason. Okay. Returnals. I'm sorry?
I was like, he bought his way in.
Oh, easily. Other than that, Returnal is getting a PS5 Pro quality update, so it's going to be on point for the PS5 Pro. Lost Soul Aside is delayed from May 30th to August 29th. And EA has laid off hundreds of employees, resulting in the cancellation of a possibly new Titanfall game. So, yeah, EA is not doing too good. Granted, when you are a shithead company, surprise, surprise.
I mean, only enough, but sports games seem like. I didn't think a Titanfall game was really even going to happen.
They were working on something. Now, whether or not that game ever made it past any real major developments, who knows? Granted, now that they've burned all those employees, God only knows how far into development the game has ever actually gotten.
There's a petition for, like, players that wanted to have Titanfall 2, and I think it got to close to, like, what, almost 100,000 people?
Yeah, it sounds about right. Alright, so I have some videos to play, if it wants to cooperate, of course. There we go, it should be good. Let me know when you guys see this. So, we have some trailers. Like I said, I've been talking shit about Borderlands, but I want to see what the gameplay actually looks like. I haven't watched it yet, so.
All right.
What use is a vault hunter? What use is a killer? A brute. A rule-breaking, loot-taking, running and gunning natural disaster. You are, in a word, mayhem. I take that personally.
curfew has been enacted. Violators will be shot on sight.
I don't know. This one doesn't really. I don't know.
It looks like Borderlands.
It looks like Borderlands.
I think we need to show of it.
Well, hold on. There's another trailer. Give me 1 minute.
That
Here we go.
actually, yeah, retirement, man. Oh no.
Oh goddamn! At 20 minutes. Yeah, nah, we're mad late as it is. We're gonna, yeah, I don't know. I'm on the fence still. I don't really.
They had me with the siren.
You know, not for nothing though. For the siren, I believe that's the chick from Borderlands 3, the girl that was like mad annoying that everyone hated. So I'm like, I still don't respect her. Like, she was a bitch then, and I'm sorry. She should just. I'm sorry. They gave her too much respect. She was just a pain in the ass the whole game. I think she was the reason why Myra died in the first place. So. Yeah, no. But anyway, here we got a couple other trailers that were released by PlayStation. This being Code Violet.
This is the game. Oh shit! This is the game that I was trying to. Okay, yeah. Okay. So correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't this a game where it's like Cajun setting, like Louisiana, like Papa, what this is? This is Cold Violet.
So yeah, it's 20 minutes, but we're not doing the whole 20 minutes just to illustrate. So basically, I guess it's supposed to be Resident Evil with dinosaurs. Honestly, in my opinion, it kind of just feels like a shitty Chinese indie game. It might be good. It might be early development, so I don't want to give them too much shit. I do try to support indies where I can, though. As I've said in the past, okay, a lot of games made in China kind of have this Unreal Engine kind of look to them. I've noticed they usually have a very similar vibe. So maybe I'm wrong. I gotta look more into these guys. Maybe I could be completely off. For some reason, my brain immediately makes me think this is made in China. I don't know why. I have a paranoia when it comes down to any game made in China. Not because of the fact that, I mean, of course, I don't like communism, but it's because of the fact that things that come out of the country, their government tends to like to be able to install backdoors using software from their country. And it's not that I'm afraid of the Chinese government monitoring me. It's more the fact that because of the way they do things, I now have a backdoor that's built into my system that someone else can exploit. So that's why I don't like stuff like that personally. I gotta look more into these guys. I think I'm gonna keep an eye out because it's not in concept. It's not a bad idea. It's Dino Crisis. This was done before. It's just a third person Dino Crisis. Again, not a bad idea. I'm not against it, but what do you guys? Oh, not only that, one other thing I gotta point out too is, was I the only one who immediately saw her ass? Was that just me?
Besides that, it kind of reminds me more of Jurassic World with Resident Evil controls. Looks like
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Dino Crisis. That's exactly what it was. All right. Let me move on. So this one's a much smaller, called Killborg. Again, I have no idea what these games are, to be honest with you, but we are going to see. I would just love it if it stayed zoomed in.
Damn! What have you done here? Morgan. This mega tower is the most secured prison in the galaxy. And the only way to escape from here is just within our soul. Of course, if you want to see your family again. Maybe you want to give up.
No way, Alibabahyur.
Oh, what a man! Have it away. The rules never change. Fight to gain freedom. Welcome to the last second. Oh, welcome to the jungle.
I'm a call right now. Okay, so this is a ripoff. Let me tell you what is ripoff of.
What you got?
I'm waiting to hear it, so we thinking the same thing.
This is a ripoff, or can't really say a ripoff, but this is a direct pull from X-Men '97 when Jubilee got stuck in the game, and the little thing was trying to basically make her in Sunspot go through that whole game and everything.
Oh, game simulation. Okay. Yeah, I forgot what was that villain's name in the comics, but he did debut in not only in the classics but also in the comics. I forgot his name.
Well, I'm definitely getting kind of a Dark Souls-y vibe kind of off of it. It seems just because of the way it's either gonna be a maybe like one of those procedurally generated kind of games where it just keeps going, Either that or it's going to be kind of like Dark Souls, so difficulty is going to just continue ramping up. But as you progress through and beat enemies, you're gathering more and more resources in order to bulk your character up. So I'm expecting something more like Cyborg Dark Souls.
You could literally look it up right now. Like if you look it up on YouTube, Jubilee and Sunspot is put in the game. It's that same scene. It's the same scene. It's the same exact scene. They got powers, so they don't get like little gun power ups and stuff, but they do get like the same sort of thing going on. Is obviously in that sort of stuff they didn't want to make it to where they did on like like that like the cartoony, but like same thing.
The engine reminds me of a little bit of Nick. You probably know this game. It was an exclusive game, exclusive for Xbox. You could like slide around like the whole city and you shoot like infected. I forgot what the hell that game was. It was so crazy.
Xbox, I can't think offhand. For some reason, Prototype comes to mind.
No, I'm gonna look it up.
Alright, but then right now we got the new update for Fortnite. Oh boy, T, violence and lyrics.
Well, me personally, the fact that they put Jar Jar as it, I'm a fan.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
The fact that they put Jar Jar as a Sith, I'm a fan.
Bro, they've been working on that so long. Like, 'cause I remember when that came out as a theory that Jar Jar was originally supposed to be written as a Sith Lord, like as a secret Sith Lord or some shit.
Well, because in the show or the movies, it always says that there's no luck in this universe, and Jar Jar is like the luckiest character ever.
Right, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, the way it seemed like they were writing him, he was supposed to be like a Sith Lord or something. I remember those theories, and ever since then, they've just been playing on that because I know there was supposed to be like a Lego Star Wars thing that they're doing, like it was an alternate reality of like I guess like what if the roles were reversed essentially, and Jar Jar ends up being a fucking Sith Lord. So like they've been doing that a lot lately. I noticed. I'm like, all right, fucking Sith Jar Jar, whatever. I noticed the Chewbacca skin. And I'm like, oh, how they massacred my boy. They skinned Chewie.
They should have did, but
like the banana rather than doing like a fit the character skin almost.
Oh wow! I remember another one was the one with Darth Vader actually finds Luke and Princess Leia, and they both turn to the dark side. I remember that one
True.
if storyline.
There was that one too.
Yeah.
I actually, I won't lie. I think the samurai Vader appearance is actually pretty badass looking.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I'm also liking the Mace Windu.
True.
Yeah.
You always got to throw Mace Windu up in there.
Of course. All right.
Yeah, and, the game that I was talking.
Oh shit! I meant to show y'all that low key. Let me show y'all that real quick. Fuck! I meant to show y'all that real quick.
I believe they already had like a Star Wars theme update for Fortnite before.
Oh, they've done it a number of times.
Yeah, okay. number.
Oh please! When Disney saw money, they fucking dove headfirst into it.
No, of course.
Of course. I mean, Yeah, it's good advertising too.
All right, I'm going to show y'all this earlier. Technically, two things. Technically, the Spawn movie is still in production. I don't know if you guys know that. This is some actual visuals of it.
Man, I've been hearing about that ever since before not James Gunn, Zack Snyder.
Okay.
I want to
Now,
see it.
did you know Tupac was originally supposed to be Mace Windu?
Yeah, I did hear about that. Between that and Michael Jackson wanted to actually be be involved in it, which
Michael Jackson? What is it? Is it Jedi? What was he gonna do? Run up to Palpatine and squeeze his balls?
I mean, Michael Jackson was.
He was a smooth criminal, I'll tell you
that. Yeah, he definitely was a smooth criminal, but he could fight too. I mean, I
I
can see
mean,
him
hey,
doing
I
some
would like to
action.
see where it go because between Marvel and Star Wars, I know that he wanted to like literally franchise and be actually in the movie. I was like, well, damn, like I don't know if I really go against it though when I think about it.
I
I'm
think
not
I'll
gonna
put him
lie.
in Marvel before I put him in Star Wars.
I don't know how I feel about Tupac as Mace Windu. I mean, granted, we had Sam Jackson, so it's kind of one of those things like after you get the original, the main, after you get Sam Jackson kind of deal, like you just can't think of anyone else,
Yeah,
Definitely, but
That's
I
like
can
saying
see
like
him
let's
as
get somebody else to be John Wick other than
Keanu
fucking
Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. It's like you can't see that. You just
No, I can definitely see it.
really.
It was his character. It was completely his character. 'Cause if you see everything Mace Windu was about, everything Hawk was in a lot of his roles and stuff, he would have completely fit.
Man, I remember he was even. It didn't turn to like a direct conflict, but Samuel Jackson literally said, "Hey, man, I want a purple lightsaber." Well, this is this and that's that. So, yeah. And he looked at
I
him
thought,
like
I thought
motherfucker.
Samuel also had like a huge input on his character too.
Yeah, because it's like motherfucker. I want a purple lightsaber.
And see, and that definitely, and don't get me wrong, like it would have definitely been different to see him as it, and they definitely, would have had like different roles, and then maybe he wouldn't have had a purple lightsaber or something. You know what I'm saying? We never would have known. Maybe this nigga would have had two. Maybe
He
you
would
know,
have.
like,
Yeah.
I, who knows? But like that was interesting that the actual Arthur wanted him originally. So that's just kind of
Oh,
what I meant. Like
never
that,
knew that.
yeah,
So,
like
so do you
so.
think the allegations of what John Boyega was saying are true about like the whole racism thing
What?
about his role in the role in the movie?
Who's?
John Boyega.
I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, it
Is
could
that a fan?
a lot of stuff could be, bro. It's not George Lucas's stuff no more. You feel me? So
Come on, man.
everything could be true about what he's saying about it now versus what it used to be, bro. You feel me? Like, it used to be cool, but it ain't the same Star Wars no more, is it?
True.
Uh,
True.
That's been a thing for what since you handed it over.
Exactly. So, different people. So different keys to the kingdom. They don't run here running no more. So, but go ahead, Nick.
You don't have your thing up.
I'm a huh?
I'm done with my news. That's all I got for now.
Oh, you are? Oh, okay. Better. I'm gonna start about that first other thing. All right, here we go. Damn, that's a coincidence. Okay, here we go. I think this is yeah. Um, Here we go.
All right. Nick chooses A despite his vulnerability, grits his teeth, and forces himself to refocus. He charges back into the fray, relying on his enhanced speed and strength to resume his assault on the Horned Demon. Allie chooses B. The unsettling nature of the rhythmic pulse prompts Allie to shift his focus. He informs the vigilante of his discovery, and they decide to prioritize finding the source of the pulse, believing it holds a key to the crisis. Mike chooses A. Despite his shaking and the disturbing implications of the symbol, Mike steels himself and focuses on the immediate threat. He alerts the Doomslayer to the potential significance of the symbol and renews his cover fire. June chooses A, now aware of his offensive capability. June uses a concussive energy blast to clear a path back to the armored hero, prioritizing rejoining the fight against the larger threat. Damn complication. As Nick attacks, the demonic energy within him reaches a crescendo. He hears a chorus of alien voices in his mind, they're not aliens, revealing the demon's plan to use the unstable nexus point to fully merge their reality with this one. This knowledge grants him a surge of power, but also intensifies the red glow in his eyes and makes him more reckless. Ellie, as Ellie and the vigilante move towards the source of the pulse, the scanner reveals the heart is connected to the other structures throughout the merged city. He feels a faint, unsettling connection to these structures, a sense of being of a larger organic machine. Okay, Mike, the symbols on the demons resonate with a similar. Oh my god, what's wrong with me? Bro, it's fucking mad late. Similar symbol he sees on the buildings, creating a psychic link. He experiences a flood of demons' pain and their desire to merge reality to end their suffering. Oh, boo-hoo, the demons have feelings, fuck them. As June uses his energy blast, he senses a surge of energy from the nexus point flowing into his armor. He realizes he can channel this energy, but doing so risks destabilizing the already fragile reality. Scenario 8. Nick is now empowered by demonic energy and driven to stop their invasion. Ellie is linked to the biotechnical heart of the merged city. Mike is burdened by the demon's shared suffering. Again, boo-hoo. June can channel the Nexus Point's energy. The team is now intertwined. What are their next actions?
So I guess we can choose what we gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, what you want to do?
Oh wait, is there choices or we're just?
No, we get to choose.
Oh, I don't fucking know. I'm looking to fucking kill that demon. Fuck it.
Okay.
We still in trouble about this demon? I thought.
Bro, this fucker's still alive.
Ollie, what you doing?
If possible, I would like to solve the crisis and get rid of or stop the functioning of the mechanical heart. And possibly the biological one as well that's connected to. If possible.
So you're moving to stop the biological heart?
The mechanical first, because that's the one that's in the building, right? And it's connected to a biological one. So stop the mechanical heart and hopefully be able to stop the biological one as well. I guess stop the pulsating mechanical machine that's inside the building. I don't know how you want me to say it.
That's it, boy. So, Mike, what you trying to do?
Uh, yeah, kill the demon as well. Because you gotta upgrade so much, you need to kill the demon too.
All right, but I was about to say that.
You got all these upgrades and shit. Didn't.
Bro, not for nothing. Like,
He gets all the upgrades.
like this shit kind of drags. Not gonna lie. Like, bro, you setting up to kill the demon, right? Or you still going for it? Still going for it. It's like, can we fucking kill this son of a bitch already? Why is it taking so long?
I can't imagine this being episode 1.
Oh my god. Dude, how long does the Doomslayer need to bring down a few support people? It should take him 30 seconds. And instead, we're in the middle. We're waiting for this son of a bitch. He's like, nah, hold on. Gotta go through an existential crisis first.
That's the other. That's
Must be a Dragon Ball scene.
My dude is sitting there doing some fucking math, trying to calculate. Okay, cool. If we put an explosive here, the inner structure should come down. Maybe we gotta limit the overall destruction capabilities of the area. We don't want it to go over because that might just damage property values.
You might have to pay for it back with a company's money.
Oh, he's got to worry about the finances. He's got to worry about the licenses.
maybe his credit card maxed out. You never
Yeah,
know.
see, there you go. He can't afford the C4. All right. Consumed by demonic energy and driven by their plan, Nick unleashes a brutal assault on the Horned Demon. His red, glowing eyes burn with a terrifying intensity as he channels the voices in his head into each strike. Guided by his connection to the city's heart, Ali moves to stop it, feeling the city's pulse through his and is determined to stop it. Overwhelmed by the demon's pain, Mike attempts to harness their suffering, channeling into a psychic blast directed at the Horned Demon, hoping to end its existence and in some way alleviate their torment. Bro, is this like a fucking edgy kid writing this shit? Like, we need to talk to Gemini, get him some fucking help, maybe get him a girlfriend or some shit. Fuck.
There's a child, not an AI writing this story.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I feel like, is this a high school kid in his edgy teen years? What the fuck? Sensing the Nexus Point's energy flowing through him, June prepares to unleash a devastating concussive blast at the Horned Demon, hoping to end the fight quickly. As Mike, June, Allie, as Nick, Mike, and June focus their powers on the Horned Demon, Allie's connection to the city's heart intensifies. He sees the city's eyes, okay, and the city sees through his.
What the hell?
Yeah, okay. He's overwhelmed by the pain and suffering of the trapped survivors, but also by the demonic corruption that has taken root. The city's pain is amplified by a demonic presence threatening to overwhelm him. Nick, fueled by demonic energy, attacks the Horned Demon with a savage ferocity. Allie, overwhelmed by the city's pain, struggles to maintain control of his connection. Mike channels the demon's suffering into a psychic attack, his body shaking violently. June prepares to unleash a devastating concussive blast, the Nexus Point's energy surging through him. Alright, so focusing on killing so what are we doing here? Are we picking something or?
Yeah, I guess we doing. I guess we doing next.
I can't imagine this.
And where the fuck is Iron Man, Batman, and fucking Doomslayer while those? We're all sitting having. They're all off on a fucking coffee break. We're in the middle. Yeah, they all fucked off.
Iron Man is loading his repulsive beam. I'm having.
Nah, he got out. He's just fucking. Now you got it, June. I'm just gonna polish my armor. You're good. Batman's having a fucking coffee break. The Slayer's just sitting there chilling with his belly, just like, oh yeah, you know, how you doing? Yeah.
They let us do everything.
Yeah, let the rookies do everything. Fuck you guys. Assholes.
As soon as we got there, they let us do everything. Yeah.
All right, so what are we exactly supposed to do? Are we supposed to pick something. How the fuck does this work now?
Hold on, let me see something.
Gemini is just a little special.
It'd be like
It's a child writing this.
Oh, there you go.
Well, except the end.
Yo, Gemini heard us talking shit. He's like, nah. Oh, there you go. You're absolutely right. My apologies. There you go. Fuck you, Gemini. You're absolutely right. My apologies. Fuck you. Nick, empowered by demonic energy, unleash the full force of the demonic energy, risking complete corruption by guaranteeing a devastating attack. Yeah, probably not. Attempt to sever the connection to the demonic, potentially weakening your attack but retaining your will. Use your enhanced sense to identify critical weak points on the demon, hoping for a precise and swift kill. I'm gonna go C. Ellie, focus all your will on severing the connection to the city's heart, even if it causes further instability in the merged reality. Try to channel the city's pain and the demonic corruption through yourself, hoping to overload the heart and disrupt the entire system and maybe go on some antidepressants. Seek out the core of the heart, believing that destroying it directly is the only way to stop the biotechnical influence.
I'm gonna go with C.
I went with I went with C. So 2 C's. Mike, unleash the full force of the channeled suffering, risking severe psychic backlash, but maximizing the damage to the horn demon. Attempt to purify the suffering as you release it, hoping to weaken the demon without succumbing to the darkness. Focus your psychic attack on disrupting the demon's connection to the hive mind, potentially weakening it and the other demons.
I guess I choose. Psychic backlash.
So I guess A?
Yeah, I'm choose A.
Seriously, we're dealing with one asshole. It's not even like we're fighting like Satan. We're fighting one random douchebag. And it's not even like the Berserker either. The Berserker was like arguably one of the hardest enemies in the Doom universe. We're not even fighting that guy. This is just some random asshole.
It's taking 20 episodes to kill.
Well, y'all normal. Shit, I'm low-key probably like.
June, channeling Nexus Point energy. Unleash a massive, uncontrolled blast of Nexus energy, guaranteeing immense damage, but risking catastrophic destabilization of reality. Focus the Nexus Point energy into a precise, powerful, concussive blast, aiming for a guaranteed kill on the Horn Demon. Because now all of a sudden there's only one demon that is the problem, despite the other demons. Attempt to overload the Nexus Point energy flowing through you, hoping to create a localized energy surge that could disrupt the demons and the merged reality.
So Mike's just solving the problem, and we just sitting here.
We're all either steps away from cutting ourselves, going through, depressing cycles.
Like, bro.
Next.
Doom just has all the answers with his repulsor blasters.
That shit was really be like.
I don't think we're finishing this. There you go.
Yo, okay, wow. All right. So
I said fuck us.
Gemini heard us talking shit. He's like, all right, fuck it. You're going to call me edgy and miserable? Fuck you. I'm done.
Jim saves the world and creates a dimensional rift.
That's Gemini is literally just giving us the finger.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's done for. Anyways, that's done for, guys.
All right. I think it's time we wrap this
At least
up.
we won.
Yeah. Well, either way, I know I probably like ended it with that shot and everything. It was all good. And I made it through and everything, come through. You know what I'm saying? Everything.
Yeah, with your repulsive blasters and saving everybody.
You know how I go. You know. What? Anyways, like I said, this has been a good one. I'm gonna think about some different ones for the next one. I was definitely thinking about a different game, other than this one. You know, this one's definitely buggy and stuff. So we'll definitely get that one popping by the next time we get to next Thursday. Ali, it was great having you for this one. If you want to join the next one next Thursday, you're definitely free to join as well. Right.
Oh yeah, I appreciate the invite.
You know, other than that, this has been a great podcast. This is That Damn Podcast, that DC Anime Marvel podcast. Follow us on Instagram at that X That Damn. It's actually X Damn. I'm getting tired. Anyways, it's X That Damn Podcast on Instagram and That Damn Pod on YouTube. That is XTHATDAMPODCAST. Nick.
As always, lads, if you enjoy decent games, retro games, or just stupid nonsensical games, feel free to join my channel, Nick Mel Streaming, Nick Mel Graham on Instagram, soon to be Technical Difficulties, TECHNICKAL, and I will see you guys on over there.
And his Draw Fitness Lifestyle, if you enjoy meal plans, weekly workout tips, or nutrition tips, or any health fitness tips in that may be, join my channel, Draw Fitness Lifestyle, Instagram, Facebook, and also of course on TikTok. And without further ado, see you guys next time.
And just AC Slater. We'll see you guys again for next Tuesday when we join you for the next podcast. Anyways, we're out. We'll see you again. Good night.
Have a good night, guys. Later.